I was gonna go immediately back into character descriptions and get into things, but like I have been powerfully derailed by Kaga the Loon during our intro here, who has given us a very, very massive amount of support to the Age of Ashes epilogue. Love, the stream is back. 1 hero point for each of the heroes.
Oh my God.
Baby.
Oh, baby.
I gotta dig in this little bag.
You madman. If you look under your desks, each and every one of you has got a brand new hero point.
Muppet hands.
Thank you, Kaga.
Thank you, Kaga.
Kaga, you legend. Seriously, thank you so much. Wow. That's huge.
That's intense, man.
Everyone hang on to those. You might need them today.
Yeah, with the 2 villain points you've got stacked up.
Oh, I'm ready to throw hands. Are you? Let's briefly reintroduce our characters here, if anyone who might be joining us today. Miss Resme, since you are the furthest to my left, then I'll just go across.
Resme is a half-elf of noble stature with long red hair. And Severin is her pal. He flies over her shoulder and enjoys cooking.
I don't know if that's right.
2 truths and a lie.
Right then, so I'm going to be Roshin, clad all in shiny armor. It even stops blows sometimes, but it's okay, I've got Milani's battle magic backing me up.
Before we proceed to Buddy, I'm going to pause for just a moment because I think this man has at least earned it. I want to read from chat Kaga's justification to give everyone a hero point. I own the adventure path. I might have a hint of what is coming. I want the stream to last beyond tonight. I don't want to put the fear in you or anything.
I've got visions.
Fear. Can we have like a fear tracker? I would like 1 fear. Well, howdy there. My name's Buford Bates, also known as Buddy, more commonly known as Buddy. I'm a paladin, a redeemer of Iomedae. I haven't quite got my armor on stream up to snuff. Normally currently it's shining golden beautiful.
I am Valentina. I am a human monk. I grew up in Breachill, went off and had some adventures, and now I'm back. Physically, I am of average height, but not average stature, we've established. I'm a little bit buff. I've been working out. And short red hair.
And we had one more character with us last week, who at the end of our premiere episode, it was one premiere, shut up, it's one episode, something strange afflicted him. But before we get into that, real quick, I want to thank our sponsors of tonight's show, a list that I'm pretty sure should at this point include both Link 1429 and also Kaga. But Arkan Forge, our virtual tabletop / map making software, their code, almost all these love codes down below you can use. That not only gets you discounts, but kicks back and helps us out as well. Fantastic to run a game inside the map builder that you actually use. Super versatile. You can do a lot of crazy stuff on the fly. Eldritch Foundry, if you want to pull up the table cam real quick. We're taking our time with these ones. We don't want a rush job here. So at the moment, only 2 of the cast have been fully painted, which is understandable.
My bad, sorry.
These,
Thank you for painting them,
Nick.
I'll get them.
They are beautiful in the front here. And you can see the fine resin, their minis come in the back. It's actually perfect. We can show off the entire thing. We can show off both the resin and the painted minis, which will hopefully, for next episode, all be ready to go. Our newest sponsor, I absolutely love them. Their online builder is incredible. You should definitely check them out. Norse Foundry, who's given us our chonky metal Doom dice since what feels like forever, and have an incredibly generous discount with code UGTShow, which you can use across all those sponsors so far for anything on their site, even the expensive stuff. And finally, these sounds, this music you're already hearing, this immersion, this Sirenscape. They're great. It adds so much more than I thought it would. Like really, that's the one that's blown my mind the most, is how much this levels up having that audio ambience.
Hit us with those smooth tunes.
But at the end of our last episode, something strange happened to Kalidar. In the wake of the explosion in Alseta's ring, when you opened the 5th gate, Vengegate, with the key that you'd gotten from Edrix Treagle, of all people, the leader of the Scarlet Triad, that you'd spent months in and out of game tracking down and trying to end, something came out. It was unfocused. It was a raging storm of elements, and it seems perhaps maybe the worst has passed for now. But in that moment of possible peace, as you heard the alarm horns sounding from Citadel Altaerein above you, feel the earth shaking, spider webs and silks appearing from seemingly nowhere spread themselves across Kalidar, enshrouding him in a silvery cocoon of webbing. And almost as fast as he had been encased and taken away from view, the cocoon starts to crack.
Guys, is that normal?
And as it twitches,
He seemed to expect it.
from inside, another figure emerges. Would you like to introduce your character, sir? Who or what are we looking at?
You are looking at a very tall, very pale elf, whisper elf with very prominent ears, long silver hair that goes just to his shoulders, and a metallic mask covering from his nose all the way up above his brow, and holding a longbow immediately at his side.
An extremely high-pitched, girlish scream will emit from Resume as she flies across the room and throws herself at you. You're alive! 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 You're alive!
Resume.
What just happened?
No. Immediately reach for the mask back.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Guys, this is Elspeth!
Well, butter my butt and call me a biscuit. I haven't seen you in a couple. It's been a while, my man. Come, bring her here. Bring her here.
Isn't this one of the friends you buried under rocks?
Alseta's ring shakes again as a bit of rubble and scree dislodged.
Give us
from the ceiling.
one moment
You hear
here.
a blast from far up above and the sounds of shouting.
Oh, goodness gracious.
Okay.
We unfortunately do not have time for this. We have to go.
Okay.
So Pharasma sent 2 agents.
Wait, oh, yeah. Confused. But maybe later.
We'll discuss later.
Oh, my goodness gracious.
We're gonna need to choke some stuff down.
Dracoir. And a third scarlet eye will briefly flash on Roshin's forehead as she casts Foresight on herself.
I'm gonna choke down another...
It goes away.
I'm gonna choke down another Drakeheart mutagen.
Okay.
Well, that's.
What?
You know, it's good to see you, Asmus. I guess we'd better get going.
Now,
You can't look at me like I'm the weird one. He just came out of a giant cocoon of spiderwebs.
I can look.
I still don't follow that.
Yeah, well, I'm sure we'll get
we'll
to
explain
the
it to you
bottom
later.
of this.
Everything will be explained in time. For now, I have been told that something terrible is happening, which means it's time to go.
We're going.
Oh, sure. Esvis says something terrible is happening. Everyone listens to Esvis. Roshin, the oracle, goes and predicts grand disaster. People look at me like I have 2 heads or 3 eyes on my face.
Sweetheart, he just came back to life and emerged from a giant spider cocoon.
I have to try that sometimes. Maybe people will take me more seriously.
all of you have been have had the worst, most, if not all, of your wounds from this elemental storm that Alseta's ring. healed up by Roshin's spell, her moment of renewal at the end of the last episode. So as the group of you rush to move up the stairwell back to the central keep, the converted training ground of the Citadel, the sounds above become more clear. You hear crashing of thunder and a howling wind ripping its way down the stairs. You hear the alarm horn of the Citadel sounding again, continuous tones rousing all of the men-at-arms to action. You hear the clash of steel and the shouts of battle. But worse than that, you hear blasts of stone, what sound almost like earthquakes, what must certainly be earth-rending blows, as well as strange, overlapping, gurgling roars coming from just overhead and landing after landing as you come closer to the doorway. Before the five of you, final bit of stairs, emerge out into this training ground. It's hard to take in everything you can see at once. Immediately before you are two incredibly massive, like hulking piles of bodies, fused together, rolling over one another, a seething mass of fetid corpses and hate. Both of them are shuddering and rolling, extending out seemingly at random, smashing through the sand, the ground, slamming into the stony interior walls of the keep, striking out against a pair of trainees led by Tyrannus with a single pauldron he was able to get on in time, wielding his not quite as impressive as Marcus's greatsword, attempting to hold them back at bay. But somehow, even worse still, is what is above you. The sky is a whirling torrent of fire and lightning. An opening almost like an abyssal maw, like the eye of a slowly revolving hurricane, completely eclipses any view of clouds or the sun. It's occasionally marred by blasts of lightning and sheets of strange silvery rain. You can see all around you gouts of these rains splashing, steam sizzling up as they erode away the stone, lightning cracking through the sand, and even a strange wind blasting around between these two horrible creatures that seems to leave frost in its wake. One of the trainees, as you come around the corner, immediately topples over, clutching at his throat, his face reddening as if he was choking on something. And as you come in, and Tyrannus turns for a brief moment, his eyes wide with fear, like you haven't seen since the last time you had to fight through Citadel Altaerein with him at your side. He's got but a moment for a glance before he turns back to battle. I need everybody to roll initiative.
Gerkahach! A wave of power will flow out and energize everyone. +4 status bonus to everyone's initiative.
Ooh.
And you all get 9 temporary hit points.
Ooh, thank you.
Thank you.
Anyone scouting?
I would say...
I'm always considered scouting and sneaking, but I'm going to be taking the perception on this. So everyone should get a +2.
Oh, super scouting.
Yes.
Nice.
I love two-carders.
Oh, God.
They always make it
Oh my
more
goodness.
concerned. So, start at the right, Valentina.
35.
35. Esvis. Oh, it feels so good to say.
38.
38. I got Kaladar's initiative token because her printer went nuts. Buddy.
Well, I don't know about you slowpokes. I'm 40.
No way Buddy's going to win it. There's no way, right, Gene?
I am also 40.
Oh, Oh my goodness.
You gotta give it to him, right? Like, who wants to go first?
I
No,
guess.
I'll let you go.
You want me to go? You sure?
Yeah, for sure.
All right. I'll take it.
Ladies first.
Ladies first around here. We got manners.
Resume.
Must be the magic in me, because 43.
Oh,
Well, that was to be expected.
So there's no way we're getting all the way through this and Buddy is first. It's impossible. It can't happen. All right.
oh, that's coming.
The first of these creatures is coming in with a 39. And the second with a 45.
Oof.
Oof.
So I'd say the second is the one on the right. As you take in the scene here, you can see that these things, whatever they are, these absolute nightmarish horrors, and I cannot overstate how massive each of these things are. The two of them is filling up near the whole of the keep once you've moved maybe 20 feet away from the door. That whole side of the keep is just two writhing piles. But even against Tyrannus and the trainees, they don't appear to be striking out any degree of intelligently. They're just writhing. What is happening and what is cause for concern is that all of the weapons from the weapon racks along the sides of the keep appear to have been animated with lives of their own. Tyrannus and the trainee that are still standing are not defending themselves from these piles, but from an onslaught of flying spears and halberds. And as you come into the chamber, so too are you immediately assailed by these attacks. I'm just gonna roll 3 of these, and it's gonna be Roshin, Esvis, and Valentina that are going to be attacked. Roshin is gonna swing at you for a 40 even to hit.
It's a hit.
And then it's actually Valentina's second. It's going to be a 43.
It's a hit.
And Esvis for a natural 20. Welcome back, buddy.
Welcome back. And just as quickly,
Back to the boneyard.
For a 40 total with the minus 10.
that just hits.
So it's still crits.
So it's still
Okay.
crits.
So all of 3 of these are going to land as all your focus is very taken by obviously the massive corpse heaps. As these strike at you, the 2 of you who are not immediately assaulted have a moment to kind of look at how this thing is acting. And you can see almost independently little body parts of single corpses in the pile swing their arm alongside with these motions. These 2 heaps are clearly controlling the weapons themselves. I'm going to roll damage once because I don't want to do all this math twice.
Before you do that, I have resilient armor. Do I get to roll for?
Yes.
Okay.
If you have the chance to get a crit, go and roll that for me.
Ooh, nice.
Okay, so it's just I think it's
It's like a flat 17.
flat
plus, I
17.
believe.
Okay. Oop.
Aggression.
12 on the die, so no, still a crit.
Okay.
Good thinking.
It is going to be 30 points of slashing damage, so 60 to Esvis. 30 Roshin, 30 Valentina, 60 to Esvis. And before we proceed to Resme's turn, I need everybody to make me a will save. This is an emotion fear effect.
If I may, could battle cry go off to try to demoralize the closest horde?
It could certainly try, but this thing is not so much controlled by fear.
I didn't think so, but I figured worth a shot to ask.
Give me a bucket of will saves, and then it will be Resme with Buddy on deck.
That's pretty good.
Ooh, that's not so good. Is this an offensive action? Actually, never mind. I don't have a reaction right now anyway.
Yeah, it is the passive aura.
Okay.
Miss Resme,
46.
46 will super succeed. Critically succeed, which does actually matter. Resme, or Roshin.
I have a 33.
33 is a regular failure. You are frightened too.
I've got super resolve. I don't know if that does anything on failure. I think it's crit failure to failure, and it's.
Yeah, I don't think anything was a failure success.
Okay, so frightened 2.
32 is also regular failure. You're frightened 2.
34.
34 is a regular failure. You're frightened 2.
Also 34.
34 is a regular failure. Frightened 2. You've all got status cards on your deck if you want to pull them out, but a frightened is going to basically put a flat minus rider on each of your d20 rolls, attacks, skills, saves, as well as your armor class. Pretty much you have a minus your frightened value to your everything. So Resme, you are up.
Oh god, these things are disgusting. Allegro Maxima!
As you go to cast, a battle axe from the side swipes in, slashing towards you, animated completely by some force. Even at this range, they can act in response.
Nimble dodge.
An attack of opportunity, you can absolutely nimble dodge. I just want to call it out because this is one of the craziest things I've ever seen in my life. I'm just going to say it. I'm just going to tell you, fourth wall for a moment. These things have a 100-foot attack of opportunity.
Jeez.
The telekinetic attack of opportunity.
That's wild.
That is crazy. Wow.
Oh no.
I mean, Resme is literally as far away as you could possibly be in the keep. So, like, clearly the whole keep is game. That's going to be a 51.
That is not a crit.
Nimble dodge!
Nimble dodge!
42
Yep.
nimble dodge! Regular hit.
That's what we're looking for.
That's the kind of nimble dodge value you like to see. Which means it does not
Interrupt my
disrupt the
action.
spell. You are going to take 31 points of slashing damage from this axe.
Minus my 9 from my temp. You'll all feel this powerful rush of energy go through you as everyone is hasted. Including Tyrannus, if he's interested.
Tyrannus would absolutely take it as well as the trainee left, I assume.
Yes.
And as a reminder, hasted is add one additional action.
You get one additional action on your turn.
Okay.
It has
Stride
to
or
be
strike.
striding or striking. So
Okay.
moving or attacking.
Okay.
Normal attacking. You can't like flurry of blows with it.
And for her last action, she'll wave an arm, Temporis Justice. Everyone will see into the future a little, and you will see the next action that these things are going to take against you and be able to preempt it. You all have roll twice and pick the better on your first attack against one of these things.
Which one is it going to be? Because it is on one of them.
It's going to be the one that's closest to the stairwell.
Okay, so the one
on
to
the
all of your
east
left
side.
on the right side
Correct.
of this, so the east of the arena.
Okay.
As we come to Buddy, you can hear the newly mounted ballistas on the northern and southern walls firing at something else outside. You can hear battle cries being shouted. The clamor of war extends far beyond just this central keep. But for now, this is your problem. It is your turn.
I am gonna let the ladies go first.
You gotta wait for Roshin?
I will go
All
after
right, then
Roshi.
Roshin, I suppose.
What in the blazes? Noctuch, her scarlet eye will blast open and possibly provoke. Is it out of reactions?
The other one is not acted yet, so it does not have its reaction.
Oh, whew. All right, cool. That's Vision of Weakness. It is a Oracle Curse-bound spell, so I'm going to get all of its weaknesses as well as the lowest of its saves.
So as you look at this thing, this writhing mass, you're not going to like what I tell you. It is a gargantuan heap of undead, functionally. You see this thing, and you almost glimpse into 1,000 pasts at once. You see Hell Knight training regiments. You see strange frogmen wielding clubs in a distant jungle hunting together as a small tribe. You see these little monkey-like beings wielding sickles traveling through an obsidian tunnel. 1,000 pasts congealed into this ball that overcomes the individual weaknesses of any of them. It has no weakness. But it also has no great control over its form and its movement. Its reflex save is definitely its worst.
Okay. All right. A bit cumbersome. We can work with that. Let's see. Action the second, quickly brushing her hand almost absent-mindedly. Krasach, it's heroism on myself, level 6. That'll give me +2 to everything.
I'll bring us around to Buford.
I have more actions.
Oh, you have the haste. Right.
But wait, there's more. That was a quicken cast, so it only costs 1 action.
Oh, but wait, there's more.
But wait, there's more. And not wanting to waste the opportunity of that resume's provided for me, Roisin is going to stride forward, taking the shortest route she can to approach within striking distance of the twisted horror that Roisin has targeted with her true strike.
Okay.
And bring up massive swing down with a true target.
So you do to roll twice on this. You have fortune behind you.
I do. I'm going to take that 18.
Probably good.
So that's going to... Heroism will cancel my frightened. I'm at moderate curse. That doesn't give me a bonus to striking yet.
Oracle man.
Algebra runs through my brain. So that's sitting at a 38.
38 will hit.
Excellent. Two-handed. 1, 2, 3. Bear with me. Out of actions, that won't work. All right. 1, 2, 3.
I love your dialogue. I love your actual wheels. I know we've
Can you put up the dice cam and you can show them?
The calculus.
They're so cool.
Put one of your wheels on the dice tray for a second.
Yeah,
Oh,
but like
sure.
spin
Showed
it
it off
around.
before, but it's spinning.
Yeah.
I love your Oracle wheels.
They're so cool.
Good. This man.
Oracles are complicated, man. They move about.
Perfectly marketable accessories.
Yeah,
They move about a lot.
that'd be so niche.
Got an idea for you.
All
Now
right.
to get $19.99 plus free shipping and handling.
And there's a beast spell weapon with a d6 of mental damage. I'm assuming it's not going to work, but I'll roll
Actually,
it.
will. It'll take the mental damage. That'll take the
Seriously.
mental
All right.
damage.
Beautiful. Let's do it. Alrighty. Two-handed bastard sword. Let's do it. All right. So I've got 12, 19, 20, 28, 28 and 4, 32 plus 9, 41 slashing, holy, and mental damage. A good damage if it takes it.
It will. It's absolutely evil.
I had a feeling.
Absolutely take 41 of all of those things. As your blow finds purchase, because it is in fact frightened one, my bad, it is not immune to frightened.
Oh, cool.
And with that, we will go over to Buddy.
I kind of raised my head. These are some creepy looking fools right here. I'm going to move up just the 2 squares next to Roisin. And then I'm going to now these may be dagnabbit the ugliest things I've ever seen, but y'all, I believe in us. And I'm going to be casting Heroic Presence, which is a one action thing, which is 10 willing creatures within 30 feet. So basically everybody around us gets 12 temporary hit points and +2 status bonus to will saves and against mental effects.
Nice.
Solid. And almost in response, as you feel that wave across you, you hear another thunderclap from up above. But what sprays down from this swirling cloud of death on high is a gout of fire that rains down from the heavens across Roisin, Buddy, and Valentina. I need a reflex save from you 3.
I'm going to reflex
Blanketing the
save.
area just in front of Esphus and Resme.
I should have
1,
left
2,
that in
great there.
That ain't a 1.
It's not a 1. Could be worse.
Not a 1 is the goal that we always strive for.
Oh, and this counts the frightened.
Your frightened would
Okay.
take off of this, yes.
Right.
So, Valentina,
32.
32 will critically fail. Buddy,
Also 32.
well, That will critically fail as well.
39.
Ooh,
39
my
will
big
regular
numbers.
fail.
Oh my gosh.
If you critically fail on a 39, it's time to go home.
Yeah.
I don't know. The
No,
big
no.
sky's open and drop a bunch of stuff. I don't know what's going to happen.
It is going to be 22 points of fire damage, 44 for Valentina, and you are stricken by enough of this that it actually sticks and clings to you. You catch fire and you are burning as well.
I'm currently in stoked flame stance.
Well, you're
So I
in
have
super
some-
stoked.
I have some resistance.
What is
to
your
that.
resistance?
My resistance currently between a ring of resistance and because I'm in stoked flame.
Those don't
is-
stack, but
those-
whichever's the highest.
Oh, okay, they don't stack. Then I have 9.
You actually, while you catch flame, this only adds to the stance that you are already working.
Yeah.
You have more resistance than the persistent damage, so you will not be taking that effect.
Okay.
And between my resistance and Buddy's temporary hit points, I'm actually okay.
All right, buddy, still your turn.
Well, I mean, right here, I'm going to, I've got my trusty whip, and I've never had it fail me before.
Can you try?
Don't come on this stream and tell lies. That is why you
First
better
of
to lie to
all-
our audience.
First of all, this is a yes and situation, so
Yes, and you're a liar.
first of all, I feel like these things can be tripped, because look at them, look at their legs sticking out everywhere.
These things are the things you see when you trip.
I'm going to try and trip it, because I think
Okay.
that'll be cool.
You have a -2 from your frightened, but go for it.
Don't tell me what I can and can't do. That was a 11 on the die.
Roll twice.
Oh my
It's an attack. Yep, that's your first attack. Roll twice.
This is my moment. Is it my moment? It's also an 11. Extremely average.
Fixed point in time.
Yes.
Buford Bates, extremely average.
He's a hero to us.
That's a 40. 40 on the 40 on the die. Wait. Yeah, 40.
So here's the thing. I'll make a deal with you as your GM. They're not immune to being knocked down, and a 40 succeeds. So you can trip him if you can tell me what happens.
Okay, well, first of all, I've been waiting for this moment my entire life. First of all, I have my whip out and I'm ready. I'm eyeballing all of the spindly little legs on this thing. And I reach out and I wrap it around one tiny little corpse ankle down there. And when I give it a great yank, and it's like a chain reaction of corpses coming out of this thing. And it just kind of goes splack.
And as it kind of, you see the whole of this thing like dominoes collapse down on one side, much lower. The body that you have lashed onto, you pull out entirely. Your whip having lashed around a frog leg, and you rip out a form you recognize in a flash of memory. The same Boggart who had nearly clubbed Resme to death nearly a year ago comes sprawling out, rotted and bloated across the ground.
Well, that's something I could have probably lived without.
Oh, God.
I believe you have an action left if your
No,
heroic
'cause I
inspiration was
shi-
only
I
one. Oh,
shielded.
shield.
Shielded right at the beginning. Favorite thing.
The second of these massive creatures here, you see several of the weapons sort of falter and waver, about half of them floating a little lower, almost horizontal to the ground, as in a wave of undeath, this entire creature simply rolls over Buddy and Roshin. I need a reflex save from each.
I'm great at these.
Oh,
don't
not
worry.
this again.
Yeah, don't worry about this. This will for sure work. Oh my gosh. That was big.
I've got this here hero point that Kago was so nice to give me that I'm going to cash in to re-roll that 3 into hopefully something better.
That's all.
But significantly better. So that's going to be 47.
That's good value.
Okay, 47 exactly critically succeeds.
Woo! Thank you, Kaga. Money. Love it.
You will get out of the way as you are sort of pushed back, scrambling with this, buddy.
I got a 37.
So that exactly
succeeds.
regular succeeds.
Yeah.
We can
I rolled super hot on that dice, so I'm doing well.
So as you pull from that, you're only going to take half then. It's going to be 36, so 18 points of bludgeoning damage. And I need you to make me a fortitude save.
Okay. Sweet. That is a 19 on the die,
Well,
plus
sure,
31.
good. Oh,
so that's
you
50.
Buddy doesn't falter. Not to fortitude
Yeah.
saves. But
First
as you
of
feel
all-
this thing, as you're kind of like, you scramble back, you take half, you're sort of pushed with this. Little bits near the joints of your armor and your skin, you start to feel a little bit of a numbness. You start to feel like a weird fatigue onset, but he ain't no bitch, and you shrug it off. Estes.
All right. With that fear going through, Esvis really feels his heart beating again really fast for the first time and has to kind of focus back in, but wanting to try and ruin these things. First action going to hunt prey on both of them.
Ooh.
Hey.
High level ranger
One
stuff.
eye going to
Level
each.
Rangers. Oh, yeah.
So he will I will zero in, and there's not enough room for me to get 30 feet away, is there?
No, not within the keep, there isn't. You could head up the stairs to the ramparts to your left, but that's a decent distance and a pretty heavy incline. You could ascend the walls up above them, but not within this keep, no.
Okay. That's fine. Then I will remain where I am, and we will start this off with a signature Hunter's Flurry.
And as you pull that arrow to fire, taking advantage of your focus, one of those latent halberds on the ground swipes up at you for an attack of opportunity.
Oh no.
.44 to hit.
Does hit. Regular hit.
It does feel.
Even with frightened.
It's within 50. Is Esphis within 15 feet of me?
Esphis is 20 feet from
Oh, okay. Damn. Never mind.
He's
Sorry to
so
interrupt.
close, but
Sorry to
no.
interrupt. Nope, you're good.
Esphis, you're going to be taking oof.
Oh no.
47 points of slashing damage. 8, 9, 10, 11 on the d12s.
Ouch.
But that does not break your shot nor your focus.
Okay. So, first arrow on the one that I have fortune on from Resume.
Who was also prone.
Who was also prone.
Who was also frightened. I guess he took his turn, so he's not frightened
Yeah,
anymore.
take an action.
He doesn't have a lot. He has a lot going for him.
All right. So, I'm trying to view these dice here. I'll definitely take that 15. Sorry, math. So,
Do you have a calculator?
Yeah.
yes.
Okay, I think we gave everyone a calculator at this point.
Yes.
This is because it's 18th level Pathfinder. We got some big numbers. I don't know if you noticed, do some big numbers.
Okay, so including my frightened, I have a 46 to hit.
He is prone. That will critically hit.
Yeah.
Thanks to Buddy's knockdown.
Nice.
Thank you.
Yep. Well, I'm just
The
saying.
whip
Works,
has never failed.
works every time. Every time,
Are
guys.
these things evil? Of course they are.
Is this a legitimate question?
That's a rhetorical question.
Like a formality. Yes, they're very evil.
Dude, these guys are
As,
from the
as if I haven't
combat
hunted something like this before. All right, so
Have you hunted something like this before?
division. Duh. This is what he does on Saturdays for fun.
Stuff.
They look like something that just roams around the boneyard just willy-nilly.
Yeah, I guess that's fair, honestly.
It's the purple worm of the boneyard, really.
Yeah, man.
That's what that
good
is.
to move those. Thank you. All right, so first the weapon. So those 3d8, and then fire.
Ooh.
Holy.
all that fire.
Spicy.
You taking all that holy.
And then, sorry, I'm very excited. So all of this, that was there, and then deadly for longbow.
Taking that deadly.
Oh my goodness.
And then with
good rolls
and
today.
then with the greater flaming. So whenever Esphus draws this arrow back, it's immediately wreathed in white and like white hot fire, and it's still burning as it launches out. So then this for the additional fire.
Oh my goodness.
How many things you hit him with?
No, not only that.
One arrow.
The rolls are like
See, the bow
wild.
is like, it looks like a chain gun.
Yeah.
Arm coming out.
Unfolds into a cannon.
All right, so we're starting at 52. And then an additional 9 persistent fire damage. So that's 61, and then another 8 goes to 69 points of damage.
Nice.
Nice.
Plus another 8 from my weapon specialization, so that will be 77 points
Points of damage.
on the first shot.
And you were saying you were worried about Roshin's output.
Oh, disgusting. Okay. Well,
If
that's
it-
one action. That's one half of one action.
One half of one half.
If it matters, is it near a surface it can be pinned to?
The floor. It's a pile of corpses and it's on sand. Same deal. You can explain to me how you're able to get this thing on the ground. It's pinned.
Please don't. Rosemary doesn't have any breakfast left to throw up.
All right, so the second attack.
Oh my
I'm
goodness.
going to. I don't have anything. I can't do that because I was not here when that those lovely hero points were given out.
You absolutely included those hero
We did,
points.
everyone.
You
Oh,
absolutely.
everyone at the table.
It was the full table. I know you hadn't walked in yet, but yeah, you want to go ahead and pull out that bag under your counter, hold up a coin, smile at the camera, then put it back in the bag. You can absolutely.
Thank you, Kaga.
Thank you, Kaga, very much. I'm using this right now. Thank you so much. I'm going to re-roll the natural one.
Can't follow up that kind of glory with a 1. Come on.
Exactly. A little better, but not much. So that will be with my frightened condition. That will be 35 to hit.
35 will hit it prone.
All right. So weapon, fire,
Fire.
holy,
Holy.
Earth.
7 dice.
Air.
Heart.
You can do it. That's
Which heart?
that will be an additional 30 points of damage.
Okay. And this one that has been knocked down now is being blasted asunder pretty well. Several of the bodies, some of which you see at the core of this, is no longer even a clear and visible form of a being, just a pile of unspeakable ancient viscera and bone. Is falling to the side. The main size of this is starting to shudder and falter. Several of the weapons are starting to drop now into the sand.
I don't like it.
And just in a focused flurry, we'll continue to pull. That was one attack.
Yep.
And so we'll roll an addition. So now taking a regular attack. So with my frightened condition, that will be a 38.
38 hits. You have to show me the last one too, and then we'll put all the damage in there together.
Okay, sure.
He doesn't have resistance or anything. I just take it out twice, just for convenience, because there's just so many dice.
Right. Okay, and then my quickened shot, thanks to resume, will be a 44 with
That'll
my
hit.
frightened condition. That will regular hit.
That'll
Okay.
hit. With him prone, that'll regular hit.
Okay. So weapon. Ew.
Ew.
That was a 1. Let me rotate that back over here. And then that was fire, and then holy. So. Sorry, math.
It's a lot of numbers.
It is. It's a lot of
You
numbers.
added so many modifiers onto your damage.
So I'll just roll the 1 damage and just apply it twice.
Yeah, just double it.
Okay, so that'll be 46 more points of total. Yes,
Okay.
46 more points total.
I'm also doing math.
Man.
All right. Valentina.
Oh, I'm sorry to move on. Because my bow is fearsome, it has frightened too because of the critical hit.
I'm just gonna add another 30 on there because the frightened would have made it a crit. So I'm
so sorry. I'm so sorry.
30 on, and we're gonna go.
Okay, sorry about that.
So I'm going to be generally horrified by the scene in front of me. I'm also been, I guess, attacked by bodiless weapons at this point. And so I'm gonna try to trip the one that's standing. It just so happens that my hand wraps are the things that are strongest at me, so I'm just going to sort of run towards it and launch my fists right at its ankles to see if I can hit it just with my
There's so many to choose from.
Yeah, these sort of formish things that are holding it upright.
Are you jumping at the one that they've been laying into?
The one that's not currently prone.
Okay, the one right in front of you.
Yes.
You would know with your experience, since you are extremely fast and also quite new to Pathfinder, that even a creature like this, with your speed, you could easily circle around behind it.
Okay.
Which would give both you and your allies an advantage to hitting it. Hitting an enemy from opposite sides gives you a flanking bonus, which makes them flat-footed. It's functionally the same as knocking them down, actually.
Okay.
But I'm not saying you have to do that. I'm just because I know there's a lot of Pathfinder to learn if you want to.
No, I'm still going to try to knock it down. We'll see what happens. I mean, I can go around the other side and then try to knock it down.
Enough.
I am very fast. I have plenty of space. I'll take that. I'll take that
quick in a single action. You can blast around this thing easily.
Right.
Ooh, look at her go.
Yeah, dang nabbit, she's a scamper rabbit around here.
So you are attempting to trip it.
Yes.
Which is an athletics check.
Okay.
And you do still roll twice because that is a type of attack. So you get the marked target.
Not the best, but we'll see. What? 40.
40 will.
Wait, is it minus the front too? So is it
38 will still absolutely.
Very nice.
Rip through this thing and collapse a good amount of it as well.
Okay.
Monstrosities show up, instantly get bullied.
I did a fair bit of bullying back, I believe. And that leaves you with, I believe, 2 actions left given your haste.
So I'm now going to do a flurry of maneuvers, and I'm just going to strike at the largest mass of bodies with my fist, just right into it.
But if falling down, you have this sort of core of viscera a bit exposed in front of you that you can plunge right into. Yay! This is why you're frightened too, by the way. If you were curious.
I don't like it.
And I'm taking 5 away because that last one was.
Last one wasn't attack, so it's
okay.
-5 and then another -2 from your frightened condition. That is correct. You learning. You picking.
41.
41 will strike it. You want to roll the second attack in there as well? We can just do a pile of damage because the damage does get added together for your flurry of blows.
That is unlikely.
And that's going to be a -10 and a -2 as well.
Right.
He's calculated.
They're saving lives.
They are saving lives. They're saving our mental.
25. I don't think that.
See, 25 is not going to have the second one, but you get 1 solid strike in there.
That's right. I got some pretty powerful fists, and they're getting gross today.
You're drilling.
Yeah. So.
We looked her dive right in. She's not afraid at all.
Let's see.
She put her hands into it.
I'm gonna throw up again.
Easy there, estimate. Don't look at it. Look at these other. It's not any better.
Yeah, ain't nothing you can pretty around here.
It's really not.
It's gross.
There's more.
I don't want there to be more.
So, that's so sad.
Oh no!
It is always better than 0.
It's true. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 12. 20. Wait, it's holy as well, right?
Holy as well, yep. A little extra bonus in there.
30.
30 points of damage and an action left still.
Oh my gosh. Wait, are you sure?
You were hasted. You moved.
I moved.
You tripped it.
I tripped
you
it.
flurried.
A flurry.
You still have 1 action.
Wow.
Yeah.
You do a lot of
Can
stuff.
I put the other one on hold and just use it as an aid for someone who needs? Does Does that work that way?
I believe you have the human feat unless you set it up as one, yes. So you can prepare to help somebody with something with this one later. Absolutely. As we come around to the top of the round, though it has been mere seconds since everyone has exploded out onto the scene here. So much has happened. This other trainee, who emboldened by seeing the group of you come in and sort of begin to hack away at these things, charge forward only to be cast back across the sand, slammed against the wall behind you, where he looks like he's still conscious, but just barely. Tyrannus immediately dives, getting stuck in with you, trying his best to hew and hack away at the armored Hell Knight skeletons that seem to be just pouring out of the side of one of these, wearing very ancient burial armor of the Order of the Nail, the same armor you've seen Tyrannus wearing, and Marcus as well, ever since you've met them. Speaking of your Castellan, as you hear again the horn of defense blow up on the ramparts, for a moment all of your attention is caught by Marcus up on the wall above. He's bearing a heavy crank crossbow. His greatsword, you can see one of the many being flung around in this pit, wielded against you by these creatures.
That's where all that damage is coming from.
No wonder it hurts.
It's slung under one arm as he blows the horn again and calls out across the castle, his voice carrying down to the keep. First watch to the northern walls, second to the south. No citadel has fallen with Marcus Solomar as its Castellan. That does not change today. And he looks down and sees the group of you in the pit below.
Brief thumbs up.
And drops the horn down onto the rampart, reaches into his pocket and pulls out a small stone. Rashid! And casts it down to you. Do you have a free hand? Are you two-handing your weapon?
I'm totally two-handing my weapon right
now. And it will land in the sand in front of you. You will see a small stone, rounded, kind of a speckled brown and gray, with an inked and engraved Order of the Nail red insignia on the face. You would know this from your training with Marcus before as a messaging stone. If you hold it, you can receive messages from the bearer of the other one, and you can pull it out and rub it with a thumb to send a quick message in response. It's kind of a much more rudimentary version of the gemstones that you and Rez may.
Will it work if I put it in my pocket?
If you put it in your pocket, you will be able to hear him, yes. You have to pull it out if you want to reply.
All right.
And he calls down once more. We're under siege from both the north and the south. They will not stand without intervention. We need some of you. And at that, almost to punctuate it, you hear an explosion from the southern side of the castle, and you see a wave of frozen lightning surge up across the horizon from the far end of the castle, punctuated by screams.
Looks like your department, dear.
Yeah, I'll head over.
This being here to the east, the one the most injured, is going to take a moment to pull itself together and sort of reform, refocusing up as much as it can before a surging wave more of these bodies would reach out, slamming down towards where Roisin is.
And that third eye of scarlet light is going to briefly flash into existence, and she's going to slide past it almost as if she knows where it's going to strike. That's my foresight reaction going off. Roll twice, pick the lowest.
Aye, Captain. That's a misfortune effect?
It is a misfortune effect on him.
I'm going to use one of my villain points to add a fortune effect to cancel it.
Ha!
So I will just roll
I'll take it.
20 and
we
take the regular.
I'll take it.
I'm not sure if that's how it works or if I use it to reroll
No, that's
one
exactly
of the two
how it
D20s,
works.
but I'm pretty sure it is.
Yeah, that's
Fortune
exactly how it
cancels.
works.
I think they cancel each other, because otherwise you could get into this weird Shahrazad.
It's some game of reroll. I'm not going to trade at all. Oh, I thought it was a 39, but his modifier on that attack is too higher, so it's a 41.
It hits
to
me.
hit you. And as that slams into you, give me a fortitude save while I'm getting your damage.
It would. it feels remarkably conflicted, and all of these tiny little heads in it. Maybe they did have a conscience at one point in time, and Rasheen is a dapper-looking gal right here.
What are you doing, buddy?
I am going to Shield of Reckoning, placing my shield in front of my dear friend here, Roshin, and Glimpse of Redemption, this pile of sludge.
You are both going to intervene to block and glimpse this creature.
Right.
As it feels this sort of weight of guilt, again, 1,000 past lives that may have been the composite parts of whatever this thing is now, whatever remorse or conscience they once had is long gone. That attack is definitely going through.
Still got a shield.
What is that effect going to have?
Okay, well the shield will take. What are you saying that they?
What is Shield of Reckoning going to do for this?
Oh, it's not immune or nothing.
No, nothing.
Okay.
Nothing.
I
is
thought
immune.
that was
It has no
okay.
tricks.
Okay.
No, it's just.
I thought you were saying it was immune to it.
No.
Okay. I see. Okay. Well, it basically it's gonna take negative 39 damage, or it's not gonna take. It's going to.
I'm gonna
reduce.
take negative 39
You're gonna take
damage.
negative 39 damage, and it's going to be stupefied 2 for a minute.
You want to go stupefied, not enfeebled?
Oh, yeah, enfeebled. That's what I meant. Yeah. Sorry.
And that is going to be your champion's reaction, reducing the damage by 20, and your shield reducing it by another 19.
Right.
The total damage is 45. So what comes through is 6.
And from that 6, you only take 3, and I take the other 3.
Dang.
As Buddy manages to near fully shoulder the onslaught from this thing.
I'm not used to someone else doing that for me.
And as it slams down a weapon towards the back, that same halberd now slashed up is going to pivot and cut once more, but a bit wobbly now, enfeebled by this Glimpse of Redemption. It's going to be taking a -2 on the attack roll in addition to its multiple attack penalty, which is going to make this a 34
Ooh, strike sparks off of her armor.
of Esvis.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize that was horse.
She's diving on this one.
Esvis just leans slowly backward as the halberd cuts across, and it just whiffs right in front of his mask.
Did I still need a fortitude save, by the way?
What was your fortitude save?
Fortitude save is this forced movement?
No.
Okay. Fortitude save is going to be a 48.
All right. You feel that same bit of numbness, but it is not. You'll be able to shoulder it off as well. And then it's also going to take some fire damage because it's on fire. That one on the easternmost one is barely pulling itself together. As we come to Resme, Roshin on deck, I got to get back in that habit. You hear another roar coming from the northern side of Citadel, and a series of huge, what sounds like battering rams slamming into the stone bricks of Citadel Altaerein.
More to the north side, too. Esvis, you look pretty spry. You think you can make your way over there?
I'll be on the way.
Resme. You are fully familiar with the layout of Citadel Altaerein.
Where is that
effects
coming from?
It is coming from the northern rampart. It is the exterior northern and southern walls of the Citadel. If you want to transition
That's pretty-
Arkenforge maps here, my good sir, we have a wider angle version. Because this is about to get
Yeah, how much of this is on fire now?
very interesting.
Ooh.
It's also going to get a good bit theater of the mindy, because the scale of this fight, and remember to go up one level, the scale of this fight is very much going to move beyond what can be represented on a battle map. So we are just going to, I'm going to put one of these, or the two of these here to represent these creatures. Roshin and Buddy are in melee range. Valentina as well. The other three of you are kind of in the back. What are you doing, Resme?
Resme will blink her eyes and blink out of existence and appear on one of the wall ramparts.
North or south?
The one where the noise is coming from.
Both.
South.
So as you dimension door, I imagine up to the southern rampart.
Yeah, I'm actually going to use my once-a-day armor power to do this.
Then you teleport with your armor up onto the southern rampart of Citadel Altaerein. You'll probably have to zoom this very out here. You arrive amidst the ballistas to see a very different creature bashing its way through the southern wall of the Citadel. Even in the short time that has passed, which has been the time it took you up the stairs at like 10 seconds, it has brought down a section of the wall, collapsing some of the battlements and taking a pair of your ballista with it.
Oh,
the
dear.
creature is a near 20-foot tall, 2-story draconic skeleton. A towering creature with wings of bone enshrouded in what looks like a microcosm of the storm that had emerged from Vengegate when it was opened. This thing is simply hammering away at the stone walls of the Citadel itself, seemingly fully unfazed by the ballistae and arrows raining down into it.
Hey, Marcus, have you ever heard the story about the little girl that got lost in the woods looking for Grandma?
Marcus does not respond because he's like 300 feet away.
It's in thought. It's in thought.
This thing's about to experience something similar. Infarctum leviocum? And I'm chucking this thing in a maze.
And as you throw this up here, this southernmost creature blinks out of reality just as you had at the start of the turn.
Oh, I solved it!
She has not solved.
Several of the men on the ramparts here cheer, seeing this monster having disappeared in an instant. Obviously, now the rest of the party hears you. They're like 300 feet away.
Sadly, she's in my head with the
Roisin
eyes.
hears it.
So just kind of like, I solved this. Like, I don't think you actually solved it.
Roisin.
Right. I'll get that doll in a bit. I'll get that stone in a bit. Kornakinua, and as she speaks, her outline will shimmer as she splits almost into two images, striking a powerful blow at the massive monster in front of her. That's a true strike she's going to cast, which is verbal and doesn't provoke.
Yeah, yo.
You win this round.
I've had time to plan
I
and
didn't slap
plot.
the dimension door, but I was so ready to slap something else.
And she's going to take a hasted action for a quick slash through this thing. So roll 2, pick the highest. Yes, I'll take that there, 8. So that's going to be a 32 minus 131 to 39 to hit.
39 will absolutely land.
So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 5, 12s with the holy and mental damage from the dispel weapon True Strike. Ooh, wow. D12s are really behaving themselves today. That's great.
Get it.
Let's see here.
My D12s have been rolling bananas.
16, 17, 27, 31, 41, 43, 52.
That's what I wanted to hear. What happens?
The blade slashes through, and the whole thing seems to actually shudder as coming in through a true strike, Destiny collapses on the most damaging attack, slashing through the core of this thing, a spine formed of fused corpses, which when pierced with a blast of holy energy, the whole undead creature shudders and then just kind of slews into this disgusting pile.
So glad I'm not there.
Nice.
With the first of them down, much breathing space is made within the keep, but clearly there's still a lot happening.
I get 2 actions left for one
I
thing.
know. And right here in between them, you hear before you see it, a sheet of rain coming down from on high. You can see it almost landing like darts or arrows in the sand with little bits of steam. Where this, well, we all live in Florida. You've driven through that
Sure, yeah, of
wall
course.
rain before. If you haven't, it's a very real thing. It's sheeting across a swath of this inner keep. Esvis, it's going to be Esvis, Buddy, and Roshin are all going to need to make me reflex saves against the storm once more.
Come on, reflex.
There you go. Nice.
Okay.
Right.
Can I? Is there any way I can brace behind my shield at all and kind of like?
I mean, you have Bulwark on your armor, which gives you a little bit of a bonus, right?
Significant bonus, actually.
Significant bonus. But no, it's just this comes in. It is like a rain and a mist that is
Okay,
coming
okay.
from everywhere.
Okay.
So, Roshin,
48.
48 will regular succeed. Beeford
33.
does not critically fail. Is that with your still frightened one?
It is frightened 1, but with my bulwark 2.
Ah, solid. And Esvis,
With my frightened one, 42.
42 will regular succeed.
Does my evasion turn it into a critical success?
I don't know, does it?
I don't.
It
I have
does.
It does.
I'm not
Okay.
sure what tier of evasion you have.
I have.
He should have all of
He
them.
has all of them.
I have improved evasion.
Fair enough. Then yes, it does.
Okay.
So
You
it
are Big
would
Boy
be
Ranger.
Full damage to Buford and half to everyone else. Dang it, I can't easily pair any of these into 10s. I have to do actual math while you do this to me.
It's testing your skills.
Well, it ended up being exactly 30 poison damage, as it's not even so much the sting of the rain, but inhaling the mist coming along with it that causes damage. And as it rolls in, it darkens much of the keep, concealing the battle happening within. Everyone still fighting in the keep is concealed from everything, including the corpse pile. You have your 2 actions left, Roshin.
I do have my 2 actions left. Let's see here. Is this mist washed over me briefly and then
It's
kind of
lingering.
dissipated, or it's lingering?
It's dissipated. It came up front with a severe wave, and it has dissipated a bit, but it's still enough to obstruct your vision, as much from the numbing sting as it is the actual thickness hanging in the air.
Okay. Then give me a minute. Cast verbal. Reaction. Fishavail, and a bubble of air cleanly will appear around her head, thus keeping me from breathing in that horrible poison damage.
One more action.
Reaction.
2 more action.
Kornakinuna, and again she'll speak to her sword as it seems to shimmer, and she'll again split into actions, appearing through destiny instead of through the light and the fog. So I will ignore the concealed action, and again roll to pick the highest for attacking.
Fair enough.
The still standing.
And if you want, since that's a reaction on air bubble, you can actually totally take that 15 damage back, as you could have thrown that up as soon as you started to feel this inhale.
Happily.
And it's an inhaled effect.
Don't need to tell him twice.
So that would actually put me with that and the
It's just a trap to make you do more math.
battle oracle healing.
Talk to me like he doesn't like it.
Got him.
I knew what I was getting into.
Yeah.
I had no idea what I was getting into. I'm gonna take that 17
Probably smart.
with a
the best.
-5, 12, 42.
42 definitely hits.
Mental damage, holy damage.
Told you he was doing some combat today.
Tanya, you weren't
doing.
kidding. All right, let's see here. 12, 19, 20, 24. Not a very good roll. Plus 9 is 33.
Okay. Is that it?
Yes.
In the dawn of Buford.
Well, Right. Esphis. You know, this lady here right now, I don't know if we got to the introductions. I know we didn't. This is Valentina. I don't know if you remember her. She's down from the wooded area, or the logging camp a long time ago.
Is this necessary, Buford?
It's super necessary. First of all, it would be rude not to.
It slams another pile of corpses, just slamming in the sand next to you as a sword grates across your armor.
I'll get faster then. You may want to take her along down whichever way Resume didn't go. I didn't know which way she went. And then I am going to and then I'm going to drop my trusty whip. I know. And then I'm going to I've got my hammer just on my back, and I'm going to twirl it around and just keep twirling it and slam it down, trying to get some blunt force in this thing.
So for reference, as we were coming in, I meant to say the top of the round and I forgot. The frightened condition does automatically reduce by 1 at the end of each of your turns. So Buddy, Esphis, and Valentina. Oh, this is actually divided initiative, super divided. You 3 would still be frightened 1 at the moment. You 2 would be over it entirely.
All right, perfect.
Would you like us
on my wheels.
I was never frightened.
Because I'm still here to aid.
Oh my goodness.
You can absolutely roll to aid with an attack roll, 100%.
Neat.
You roll an attack roll too.
And I'm flanking. She's flanking.
And she's flanking.
Ah, this isn't the stars have aligned.
Buddy bonking.
I am bonking.
I have 19.
Yeah, okay, yeah, you definitely get aid. What's your total?
42, 10 on the die.
This is a +4 circumstance bonus.
That's to your aid. Yeah, okay. Well, yeah, you definitely critically succeed. So you're going to give him a +2. It's going to make it a 44.
44.
It is flanked. It just doesn't crit.
It's all right. Don't worry.
That one's not frightened or anything.
Yeah.
I've got my 3d8 because I'm a bonking hammer. 6, 12, 15, and then sonic damage of 3. I'm doing my duty right here. It was a very loud bonk. I mean, I came down a smooshed.
I love the concept of sonic damage on a mallet. It's just like
it just bonks really hard
every time you bonk somebody.
And then I am going to raise my shield.
All right, yep, because you had to pull out your hammer.
Yeah.
You are hasted.
Oh my goodness. Well, I mean, this is going to get the bonking of a lifetime over here. -5, but, ouch. Okay, that's 5 on the die. 37 with flanking, kind
37 hits.
Oh my gosh, you guys.
You hit it by rolling a 0.
Wow. Let's see here. 9, 11 damage, plus the cold resist, plus the sonic, which is 4. So 15 total. I'm over here doing my duty, guys.
That will bring us back. That is the one that is still engaged in the combat, the one that is still here. And it's got 3 of you just right in front of it. It is again going to move focus away from the weapons almost entirely. There's only a couple of them still floating. The halberd in front of Estes and one short sword harrying Buford, but most of the blades have stuck into the sand of the training grounds here as this thing pulls itself up, rolling around across everybody here in front of it. I'm going to need a reflex save from not Esphis, but the 3 of you that are right up next to it.
Nice.
Valentina?
35.
35 will fail.
Wait, 34.
34 will still fail.
Yeah.
Buford?
36.
36 will fail.
A 44.
44 will regularly
my
succeed. I'm going to
goodness.
need a fortitude save from all 3 of you.
This is forced movement?
No. Never going to be forced movement. Not on these guys.
Really? You moved Buford when you hit him?
Yeah, that's not moving him. That's just like if you don't get out of the way, you automatically critically fail.
Oh, okay.
Because that's how trample works.
I got you.
So like, I just assumed you were not going to do that. Because it just subsumes you.
My feet would be firmly planted while it consumed me.
I'll go down like a champion. 31 points of bludgeoning damage is the total, so 15 on the half. And we'll go around with the fortitude saves. So go the other way, Roshi.
34.
34 will regular fail.
So it was 30, you said?
31.
31.
Buddy.
44.
44 will succeed. And Valentina.
48.
48 will succeed. Roisin,
take my-
trying to fend this off numerous times. Even with Buddy's shield, you can only protect so much of yourself. And it's starting to wear on you, and you feel this drain. You feel as if this thing is absorbing your essence, as if your life force is being drawn in to power this seething mass.
No, none of that.
You are drained 2 and doomed 1.
What?
Which means that not only are you taking another functionally 36 points of damage, as your max health will go down by 36, you feel one step closer to death's embrace.
Gross.
Dang.
Doomed
All right.
kills people. Esvis.
36.
Just seeing this mass just constantly writhing, and then hearing all of the backblast, and remembering the order from Roisin, just growls to himself, a parting shot then, and will open up with a deadly aim on this thing.
Concealment. Right?
So, deadly aim. I do not ignore it's concealed.
Oh, well then
so-
give me concealment checks first.
Okay, so
Or
concealment
just
check.
one concealment check, I suppose.
Okay. That is a not. No, that is a 2.
2 will miss to concealment. That will slam into a body, but one that is no longer part of the functioning mass harmlessly.
Okay. So the attack is just lost.
Yeah, that's just a miss to
Okay, that's
concealment.
fine. So after Esvis fires the arrow, just nods once. Follow me when you get a chance. He'll call out to Valentina, and then just immediately go. Just taking 2 actions to stride and a hasted action to stride.
What is your speed?
50.
50. So
Oh my
are
goodness.
you rushing through the citadel or up the stairs to the ramparts?
I'm trying to get the stairs to the rampart so I can go to the north side.
Okay. Up the stairs. I would say with a 50-foot movement speed, you would probably need to use the hasted action again on your next turn to get to the northern battlements, but you would get most of the way there.
Okay.
As you approach, though, you see much the same thing Resme did as she arrived. Another one of these skeletal draconic constructs at the northern flank, pounding into the walls as well.
Okay.
Valentina.
So I heard Esvis, saw him disappear up the thing. I'm gonna look at this mass in front of me and be like, while I'm here, might as well take a shot, and I'll meet him up there. So I'm gonna see if I can hit it, and then I'm gonna run for it. So I just
Okay.
like swing back and just try to hit it one more time, and the biggest, grossest portion of this creature.
Go for the gross ones,
The
yeah.
meatiest part of his meat.
Yeah,
The median.
that was terrible.
Makes a wonderful squishing noise.
And I'm frightened 1 still. 30.
So your first roll is gonna be a concealment check. What's the total?
Oh,
on the
okay,
die?
2. I didn't see it.
2?
Yeah.
Yeah, 2. The same as that.
Too much
You're
meat.
slamming and hammering into something. What's your speed?
My speed is 60, and I can climb as fast as I can run. So I just want to climb up the walls if it's faster.
Valentina does not have to take the stairs. I believe you could also, I'm pretty sure, just jump to the battlements from the center of this training ground, the middle of the keep.
Yeah, actually, that's true.
The walls are only about 30 feet.
It's a mere 30-foot vertical leap.
Yeah,
Just good.
that's literally nothing for her. So if you're going after Esvis, you're going to the north as well. Esvis, as you're running down the battlements, you would see Valentina just flying across this, jumping
Man.
from point to point and making it all the way to this northern front in a single round of actions.
Buford, was that the fog, or did she just leap to the top of the walls?
I don't even know. That was wild.
And as she takes off, Esvis, your attention is diverted by another strange event of the storm. This one does not come down from on high, but it's almost a shadow seems to cast from seemingly nowhere across the battlements right next to you. And in an instant, this shadow rises up and extends in an arcing rip in reality. Out from it slithers a creature. A litany of curved blades in front of her entrance. A six-armed, almost Medusa-looking woman comes forth, armored in a black breastplate. But she is not a Medusa. She bears no snakes for hair. From the waist up, minus her way too many arms, her features are entirely and exactly human, save for the strange slitted pupils in her eyes.
Trishik's
She
girlfriend?
comes out in a spiral of blades lunging towards you, and simultaneously out of a second rip, one emerges towards Resme as well on the ramparts alongside her. It is here we'll take our midstream break.
Trishik's girlfriend?
It's not going to be a break in the combat today.
I had
It's not going
plans.
to be a moment to breathe or to recover. The storm has been unleashed, and it seems like it may very well be unceasing. We'll be back in about 10 minutes, everyone. Feel free to get some snacks, use the bathroom. Thanks for joining us. Don't go too far. We'll be right back. You thought the battle was over? You wrong. I'm gonna have to condense these because I need more space up here. Well, I can't hold all these cards.
Oh,
You
it's
could
so
probably put both of them
sad.
into the Norse Foundry
That's
clip.
what I was
I guess
gonna
you can only have one up on the map if you have only one spot for it on your GM screen. That's only fair.
That sounds reasonable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess you'll just have to take one out of the game.
Yeah, sorry, GM. You just
I'm
got
just gonna make a wall, and you guys are never gonna see me again. I'm just bestiary cards now. Welcome back, everybody. Unfortunately, I don't have cards for the
Skelly
dragon skeletons because they're just in here, so I don't have a third two cards I'm trying to find a home for. As we left off, there's a lot happening. We have just started to gain a foothold in the central keep of Altaerein, bringing down one of the massive gargantuan corpse piles when we were forced to divide our forces to battles of the northern and southern ramparts. We found several skeletal draconic creatures standing upright like humans, shrouded in an elemental storm, assailing both walls, and as we split to deal with them, more foes ripped forth from strange portals to another dimension.
I'm guessing it's the combat dimension.
That'd be
From
appropriate.
the actual combat dimension. So let's start then with these snake-like creatures who have ripped forward. As they emerge out of these portals and take but a moment to gather their surroundings, seemingly even as the rift is opening, before they immediately come like a blender onto Esvis on the ramparts here. She is going to lay into you, and she is also quite large. Even with much of her body extended and coiling out of the portal behind her, she towers over you, you coming barely up to the bottom of her chest as her arms rain down scimitar strikes upon you. She is going to swing at you for a 41 to hit.
that will regular hit.
And this attack is going to be a focused assault of all 6 of the blades that she is wielding, which means you are going to take... I was going to write this down at first. Let me just go ahead and do it right now because I'm going to need to reference this numerous times throughout our adventures here. what alignment are you, Valentina? So...
Not evil.
Not evil. Not evil is good. We have...
Not evil is not necessarily good.
Yeah.
Well,
Fair point.
let
Well
me
made.
explain that in a second. But first, Fellowship of the Tables, our resident GIF wizard over on Discord,
Yes.
has granted a bless to somebody. Just name somebody in the chat, and we will. It could be me. It could be me, or it could be one of them, but it could be me. And we will get that +1 to whoever needs it. Alignments, you've got 2 axes. You have good, neutral, evil, and you have lawful, neutral, chaotic. Good and evil is the relatively self-explanatory one. Lawful to chaos is a little bit harder. Think of lawful not necessarily as in a direct legal sense, but someone with a more rigid lifestyle, perhaps with a more moral code, who is maybe predictable would be a fine word. They live to a standard, whether that be their own or the law or an actual world's law or whatever, while chaos is just wherever the winds take you, wherever whimsy strikes your fancy, that is you. Where would you put yourself? It's typically, you can be like lawful good, you can be chaotic neutral. It's some combination of those 2 axes.
Probably chaotic good. I
Chaotic
didn't know
good
I was
is
going to have to
probably-
answer this question today, though. It's
That's
a
right. I
lot
meant
like
to
showing
ask
up
you
to
before the
school
show,
and
I
being like,
realized now I
pop
forgot to write this
quiz.
down.
Pop
And we
quiz.
didn't tell you what it was about.
Yeah, I forgot this before the show. It's I had a whole week to do this, and it slipped my mind with all the Esphus.
Chaotic good.
My Esphus hype. Chaotic neutral?
Chaotic good.
Chaotic good. And the only reason I have to ask is you're not like beholden to this, but it changes how some effects affect your character. Buddy is obviously neutral good because you literally have to be because you're a Redeemer champion. Roshin
Still chaotic neutral at this point.
and Resme.
Chaotic good.
Chaotic good. Chaotic good. I put you in chaotic neutral like I'm stupid.
So wait, we're just an entire table of chaos balls.
Well, aside
Minus
from
Buddy.
Buddy, who has like a fan.
You don't go on a mass cross-continental vendetta with and get out of it lawful.
I blame
Were you
Milani's
Esphus?
influence.
So you were chaotic good too?
Yes, chaotic
Because
good.
you're all in the chaotic good pile? Okay. Valentina, Esphus, and Resme all chaotic good beans. Roshin, you betraying everything the party stands for with your just generally average demeanor.
Really? You're gonna go ahead and like I'm gonna be the
It's nice to not have
moral
3 evil
pariah.
characters in the party. So then that +1, by the way, is going to Nick. You will take that bless. That little baggie that you have under there. I think this is kind of a new mechanic to you guys as well. Take out the little blue D6 in there as a reminder.
There's a blue D4.
The hail? Okay, sure, whatever. There should be like a tiny little, like a little Warhammer D6 that we were just using as an icon. But maybe we
wondering
ran
where
out
my
of them.
D4
I
went,
can't
though.
imagine we ran out of them. But
There's actually nothing else in this bag.
Weird.
I feel like
Maybe
there
a
should
different
be.
bag? Maybe is there
Here.
another bag?
Is there a
whatever you can use to remind yourself the next time.
Oh, there is a different bag, which looks exactly the same.
What a trap!
What are the odds? Okay,
The
cool.
next time from Fellowship of the Tables, the next time a +1 would change the result of one of your rolls, it does. Whether that be from a success to a failure or making something crit or not critically fail.
So I'll just tell you what I roll and you let me know
Yep.
if a +1 will matter.
Yep. Anyway, this has been a diversion because I needed alignments for the purposes of this damage. This delay was on me. The point is you are taking the evil damage, is where I'm ending up here. You are going to take 37 points of combined slashing and evil damage. But the brutality of this assault that she brings down on you is much more severe than that, as you are going to take an additional 28 damage from the focused assault of all 6 blades. 59 total, combination of slashing and evil. Resme, you're going to find yourself subjected to a very similar assault
Nimble dodge.
as she rushes out from the portal here. Ooh. 42.
That just
I
gets
saw the number and I
her.
was like, oh, I want to finagle it. So you guys have no idea how tempted I am to use this screen as a force of good and be like, oh, 41, your nimble dodge made it. But like,
Is the poison
gonna-
cloud hovering over the battlements too?
No, it is down in the keep. And by this point, it would have thinned out enough that nobody is concealed anymore.
Okay.
So you two are going to take a pile of damage. You are also chaotic good. You are going to be feeling 35 points of mixed slashing and evil damage, plus an additional 29 for 64
Okay.
total
Minus
points of damage
12,
from this snake.
52.
But that will now bring it to your turn, Resume. Many of the men that were just had a moment to cheer on the battlements are immediately taken aback and almost panicked by the appearance of this overwhelming creature.
Well, we're going to take a very short mental timeout because I have automatic arcana, and I would very much like to use that right now to try to see what the hell is going on. That's a 38 to try to understand what the hell is going on.
What, is this to identify the thing, or just to know?
The overall effect of whatever the heck it is happening right now. We're going to call it the shitstorm.
38, as you look up, is going to leave you at a loss. This is beyond anything that you understand. This clearly can be the effect of no like spell or even a powerful ritual. This is an apocalypse.
Okay. So we're canceling the apocalypse. She will wave a hand in front of her eye, temporis, and everything will freeze in front of her.
Okay.
And she will move despite the fact that time all around her is frozen. This is a one-action verbal spell called Time Jump. I leap forward in time, and I get 2 actions, each of which I can use to leap, stand, step, or stride, and it cannot be affected by anything. Nobody gets to use their reactions, nothing. Everything stops, and I just go.
Where are you going?
Away the hell from this thing. I am going, my
plenty
speed.
of space to rush across the rampart.
I am moving 70 feet away from this thing. Because that is my speed times 2.
Time stutters for a moment, and as this thing regains its composure, it looks around and sees Resume.
And running across.
Nope.
And because I have another free stride from my haste, I'm going to run another 35 feet.
Get you over 100 feet, and it will get you most of the way. If you wanted to use one more of your actions, you could get back to the ramparts above the keep.
Yes.
Okay. So you would see the group of you.
Resby is screaming and running along the keep walls at the top of her lungs. Medusa!
You would see her disappeared 6 seconds later, back screaming across the river.
Oh, I feel the situation at the southern wall is not very good right now.
Here, I've solved the problem. 3. You have 1 action left.
No, I have 2 actions left. Because I got
It would be
yeah,
time
you're right.
stutter,
Time
and
stutter.
then your free +1 of moving.
Yeah, you're right.
We'll get you here, so we'll 1 left.
I have 1 action left.
Time stutter is just 1 action.
Yeah, it's just
so you
time.
get 2.
So I have 2.
No, yeah, you time stuttered,
And
then you had your hasted move, then a regular move.
Oh, additional
One
regular
action
move to make it back to the ramparts. Yeah, you go.
That's right. I have 1 action left, which she will use to throw a shield up.
We call this the fear response.
Spooked.
Roisin and Buddy, you're on deck here.
Right, well, one thing at a time. Roshin's going to use her hasted action to dash around to the backside of this thing, circling around to pin it between Buddy and herself.
Okay.
And then Kornakinana, and again, split into 2 and bring a massive, powerful strike. This is going to be a power attack.
Ooh.
So, let's see what happens. 15 and a 9. I'll take that 15. Not frightened anymore. Doomed and drained don't affect it, so...
Calculations!
45 flanked.
Critically hits.
Ooh, baby.
I got a power attack critical hit.
Oh, it's happening.
It's time.
You love to see
Marcus
it.
has taught you well.
He has. Marcus
Oh my
taught
God.
me well.
Never seen so many D12s.
Holy. This thing is evil.
Yes.
You don't say.
Stop asking me if these are evil.
That was a period at the end of that.
Okay,
There was
that's
a
fair.
statement
That was a
there.
statement of fact.
And do you remember off the top of your head if a holy rune I have to use an action to get health back, or it just happens if
It's
I...
a reaction.
That's a
It's
crit.
a reaction to get the health back?
Yes.
All right, well, I need health, so
Health good.
I'll take health. So whatever the level of the creature is, I get that health back. Or is it twice?
Say level of the creature, because that's the.
Oh my
thing that makes
goodness.
sense.
Righty, so we
Did you crit success? Because it does say twice the creature's level.
Okay, twice the creature, 34 health back.
Beautiful.
I got my notes.
I'm just going to put that in the margin. I'll add it back on later.
You
All right.
are a legend. Would you believe this
Good
is
notes.
literally her second day? The premiere was one episode. Shut up. Second day on
but,
this,
like,
and
this
she's
is a
filling
hammer down
in
here.
Nick of all people
Yeah.
on how mechanics work. What is happening at my table?
I used to tutor and study skills.
43 and 9 is 52. 52 and 9 is 61. 122 slashing holy
Oh my gosh.
That
mental
is a
damage.
decisive hit. It does not bring it down, but it does cast aside a large chunk of the thing, as near half of it is just left in a heap
And
of tumbled
with
corpses.
her remaining, she's buried her sword into this thing, and then with the remaining action she has left, she twists it, taps the hilt, activates the spell storing rune. Searing light explodes out of it with a critical hit because my last action was a critical hit.
Wait, automatically?
Yeah, it's a spell attack roll. It's the spell storing rune in your sword. You can tap it for an action to cast the spell using the results of the attack roll from your last
After
attack.
you already knew what it was?
After you already know what it is.
Dang.
All right, well, you crit it with Searing Light. It's super undead.
So it takes 5d6 fire damage, plus because it's undead, an extra 5d6 good damage, and it's crit, so it's doubled.
This thing is going to explode everywhere, and I'm back over here.
You ran right back just in time for the fireworks.
You did, actually.
Splatting a watermelon.
I'm going to be down an extra d6. That's fine, I'll reroll something.
Have you eaten anything in the last 12 seconds?
That's a 1. Okay, 6. So, all right, 7, 10, 20, 26, 26, 28, 38, 40, 80 good and fire damage.
I want to give it to you. It has 2 health left.
Buford?
I want to give it to you so bad. Buddy.
I'm here like standing around. Roshin took around the other side. All I hear is calculation is coming from the other side. I have no idea what's going on. I do see a good amount of this sword coming peeking through the middle of this monster. I'm going to
She's
try
hacked
and...
away so far into this that you can see the blade.
Yeah.
This thing's like 25 feet of mass across, and you can see the sword she's cut so far through. Like
Her sword is kind of stuck in the middle of this, and I'm going to bring my hammer down on top of her sword and see if I can just slice through the rest of it.
As you're swinging, you can already see the first one that you had slain. The bodies and meat around, even no blood had ever issued forth from this thing. And what was there? Oh boy.
So
Immediately
suspicious.
is already dissipating into ash, fading into these raging winds. Maverick X29 did a lot. He did a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I'm suspicious.
He did a lot of stuff. So first of all, he gave me a villain point. So
I knew it. I could feel it in the air.
The evil?
It felt like the... Yeah, okay.
I'll take that.
Yeah, it was fair.
Secondly, he has brought forth some woe onto the party.
Oh.
As Roshin cuts through this and Buddy readies to strike, You have struck so true and so viciously that the core of this creature near erupts in a wave of negative energy across the two of you still down in the center of the keep. And Miss Resme, you're just in time. You as well.
She didn't get back all the way, though. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm going to need a fortitude save from all three of you.
This is why we can't have nice things.
Oh, nice.
I'll take it. Not bad, not bad.
Buddy,
48.
that critically succeeds. Roisin?
43.
Oh, there's no...
I
regular succeeds.
I have a +1 if I need it.
No, you're good. That regular succeeds. I was
Okay.
looking to see if critical CT did anything. Resume?
42.
42 regular succeeds. So all three of you have fought against this thing long enough at this point. You've sort of readied yourself for it. And Buford, with your critical success, you're actually immune to further drain attempts from this. But as this thing bursts, this shockwave emanating back, staggering all of you a bit, you see Tyrannus, who was still here fighting alongside you. He's doing his best. He is not strong enough to meaningfully contribute to damaging this thing. But you've held most of its attention so far. And on this rupture, you see him stagger and tumble backwards into the sand, motionless. But that's not all Maverick did.
Oh, God. What? Wait, what? How?
Did Maverick just
wait,
say, I
there's
want someone to
more?
die now?
Yeah, that's exactly what he said.
There's more.
Wait a minute. There can't possibly be more.
You hear a roar from the east, from the front of Citadel Altaerein. It's not coming from the walls outside. It's not coming from these sites of battle. It is coming from up above, and you can hear, this is different. This isn't a guttering rumble of these massive creatures. This is a screeching battle cry, and it is coming in fast. As sailing over the eastern wall of the rampart, you see a fully fledged dragon gliding down towards the keep.
Yeah, that might as well happen. Sure, why not?
Am I hallucinating?
Scales are bright blue, a little lighter along his underbelly, his face contorted with rage as electricity crackles around his mouth. And you see his head quickly assess the situation in the keep as his wings fold down to his back and he drops like a meteor into the center of this training ground, kicking up a storm of dust. After a moment, as it settles, you see one claw slammed down into the center of this corpse mass, as it now lies motionless. The dragon shakes his head and pulls himself up, and you see a curved golden shard of crystal emanating out from the center of his chest.
I had not imagined you hailed from a city so prone to war, whelp.
Woo! It is good to see you. Oh my goodness, it has been many a.
He also tipped for a wheel.
Nice.
Zurich, the dragon you saved back in the heart of the Mwangi jungle, finally decided he would come pay a visit.
After Buddy literally gave him directions to our house.
I knew it was a good idea. I knew it was a good idea.
The second Warsworn out of existence.
Well, dang nabbit, I knew it was a good idea. You are a sight for sore eyes over here.
So he's on our side, is he?
And looking remarkably better than last time. You are a sight for sore eyes.
Is this so commonplace to you? This is time you would make idle chatter?
No, that's just
Is this the
personal.
way you live? Explains your feats back in Dayhawk's fortress.
Buford must be running off on me.
I mean, if you don't make time to chatter, you'll never get it in the afterlife. Oh, wait, Espis, is that right?
They probably can't even hear everything that's been going on.
I owe you a life debt. It seems a fair time to pay it. Your friends on the wall need aid.
And he beats his wings and flaps back up towards Northern Rampart.
Good to see you, man.
Buddy, it's your turn. And Esphis, you see a blue dragon slam down to the keep and then jump up over the wall, shooting towards you.
And you hear a hee-haw.
Esphis has never seen Zerg.
Esphis, I think that's just Buddy and Rizme.
It's okay, he's on our side. No, I'm talking to Roisin.
I gathered.
Buddy?
Well, this has turned out to be an all right day. First, optimism.
City's on fire, my castle's getting destroyed, but hey, Zerg showed up.
I always
I got Esphis back. I'm having a good day, honestly. Look, you have balance.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with a little bit of optimism. How you doing up there, Rizme? You're screaming awful loud.
How do you look?
Like, absolute crap.
Shredded, bloody.
She looks like she has had a lot of stuff dumped on her and cut at her and stabbed through. You know, she looks about normal.
Well, I guess I had better south, right? South, right?
South.
Okay. I guess Esphis took the stairs and this girl just flying outside. I guess I'll walk. And as I take a step forward, like these giant wings unfold out of the back of my suit of armor, and it just start flapping. Like they start going, and I start lifting up. Ah, wait, help, guys! I'm getting kidnapped. And I'm just gonna start floating upwards. Legs are running midair. And I'm like, I don't know. They're attached to me, and I'm gonna start hovering over towards the south side of them.
So I think it's gonna take you. How fast is this flight?
This is 25 feet per. Okay, first of all, they're flapping really hard, and I'm really heavy.
You get up with two actions above the inner wall of the keep and can see this snake beast with 6 arms slaughtering the troops on the southern ramparts.
You
are beating your little wings.
Yeah, you would not see, now that I see her, the wings go into like overdrive, and they're like,
it's gonna take you about one more entire round to get there, but you're on your way.
That's exactly it. Those wings, they're like a blur. Now that I realize they're attached to me and probably under my control.
And Valentina, you're on deck.
Trying to process everything that's happened completely at once. A dragon coming screaming headlong, have a 6-armed monstrosity-looking thing, just a whirlwind of death, bleeding from wounds all over the place. Esphis just turns over his shoulder. Valentina, one problem at a time, and first things first, she's prey. So
Okay.
I will hunt prey for her.
Valentina's probably like 50 feet away from you on the rampart, so you guys can like shout. You can see this fight happening.
Okay.
You made it to the rampart. He's on his way. It was like an action out.
Right.
Okay. And then Esphis will, using his nimbleness as an elf, will skirmish strike. So I will step first and then
That's
attack.
so convenient.
You step back just out of the way of the flash of a blade to the space you were in. Knock
That's
your
so
arrow.
good.
And her serpentine body extends and lashes out with a second. You are still in her reach. That was good, though. That was good. I'm giving you credit. You got distance. She is gonna slap at you for a 37.
That will miss.
Oh, I really want to spend a villain point, but I'll let you live this time.
Appreciate it, thanks. just cuts through an after image of Esphus, like leaping backward for a moment, and then just knocks one of those burning holy arrows and just point blank. So a volley penalty is -2 within 30?
-2, yes.
Yep.
Okay.
We're shooting a longbow from 5 feet
away.
Boom! Blam!
All right, so. So with the volley penalty, that will be a 35 to hit.
35, like, is a big longbow. Volley penalty exists for a reason. She can see this coming and spins out of the way of it.
Okay.
Is that 100 volley or just one shot? Oh, skirmish strike, right?
It's skirmish strike. Then I will take my full movement to book it all the way back.
As you go to lash away, another blade arcs down at your leg. She has another attack of opportunity.
So many reactions.
Okay.
I'm gonna villain point this one. I rolled a 2. Villain point. Not taking a 2 on this one. I'm slapping this man. 44.
That will hit. Regular hit.
Regular hits. And as that one comes in and lands upon you, you're going to take 33, 36 points of mixed slashing and evil damage. It's just a single blade, so this is not the full metal tornado you got hit with as she emerged.
Okay.
But you do move.
Okay, so move, stride my full speed back towards Valentina.
Your full speed will get you to Valentina, so you join her on the northern rampart.
So Esphus runs up right next to you. You can see just gashes all over him. He's quite literally been through a pseudo blender. And just panting, exhausted, will take a hunter's flurry at this thing. So, 2 attacks. Now I'm no longer in volley penalty range, at the very least.
We can shoot our great bow now.
Yes, we can. All right, so first attack is a 35 again. Second attack is a 38.
At 38, she pivots away from the first and goes to twist the blade. Doesn't manage to deflect the second one as it catches her middle shoulder. That'll hit.
Okay. And damage. Yeah.
Damage.
All right, so let me do some math here. So that's 10, 14, 16, 25 points of piercing.
Solid. Believe you have one action left.
Yes.
So hasted.
And I will just take a regular shot.
Pew!
Just the Gatling gun commenceth. She can Gatling in close range, I can Gatling at long range.
You guys don't have the same plan.
Nice. I can't tell, is that a 13 or a 15? It's a 13? Okay. Oop, sorry. All right, so because she is prey, I'm not as penalized for this, so that will be a 42.
Hits.
Haste is some good value.
Such good value.
Oh, that's nice.
Haste on a flurry ranger is real tasty.
Yeah.
Not having a multiple attack penalty. He's not
will-
playing the same game as you guys. Flurry ranger's crazy.
That will be 37 points of damage.
Much larger hit. All right. 62 points put on her as we come to Valentina. Resme, you're on deck. You see all this happen and you hear another slam as this bone construct below you buries a fist in, and you see his fist punch and crack straight through the exterior wall of this castle like it was plywood, crumbling a massive hole 7 feet across as he prepares to keep just battering down away at it.
How far is this thing away from me?
You are at the rampart. He is below you. You're at the top of about a 30-foot wall. He's probably like 2 stories tall, so he's not like you can't punch him from here, but he's on the ground below you.
He's 2 stories below me, so he's like 15 feet below me.
He's like 10 feet below you. Yeah.
Okay. All right. I want to, since he's doing some serious damage, I'm going to jump down on him just like, I'm just gonna jump off the edge. And as an auto reaction, I want to start to grab a ledge as I fall, being like his bones, because I'm assuming there's some good places to grab
absolutely.
onto.
He is big enough. I will totally let you use the grab a ledge reaction to try to grab onto him.
Okay.
And it's Valentina from the top rope!
It's reflex save for grab an edge, right?
Unless it's acrobatics, because you have that skill feat.
Hold on. It is. I can use athletics.
Sorry,
let's do
athletics, that's the one, that's the one.
So you can
Yeah.
athletics it.
All right.
I'll say it's versus his reflex DC. Makes sense to me. We're winging it here.
35.
35 as you try to grab. He is so large. He doesn't appear to have paid any attention to the attacks that are coming so far, but as you come down at him, he unexpectedly kind of twists and just throws a hand back, like swatting a fly. You're not quite able to catch it. You smack off of this, tumbling down, bouncing off his hip and into the dirt. Do you have anything that reduces? You have catfall?
Possibly. Was that a 6? Wait, was that a...
That's a failure.
That's a fail, but not a critical failure?
That's a regular failure. So you are going to fall all the way to the ground. I'm pretty sure you have catfall, which means you still land on your feet and don't take any damage.
I have free kip up. That's what I have.
Then you
I don't know if
definitely
I
have
don't know if I
catfall
have-
Yeah,
because
but I don't even
that's
think you go brown with you can do legendary acrobatics, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, legendary
Yeah,
acrobatics,
definitely.
30 foot falls nothing to you.
Okay.
So like you tumble off this guy and still just land on the ground next to him.
Okay.
You're about as up to his hip, maybe.
Okay. So that was just one action.
One action,
The
yep.
grab was a reaction. Okay. I'm gonna see if I can knock him prone.
Okay. He's
that's
only large, so
Right.
he's huge, but you have Titan Wrestler.
I have
You
Titan
can do it
Wrestler.
anyway.
Yeah. And this is my first attack. So.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah,
Full athletics.
31.
There's no way.
Right?
Good, no.
Is it 18? Is it 33 plus an 18?
30.
Yeah,
That's 51.
51. Sorry.
51.
I was like, what?
Whatever. Yeah.
You can get a 31.
Yeah.
51
That's right. I don't know what just happened there. My brain is totally weird.
immediately succeeds.
Yeah.
As you land on the ground, yeah, you succeed. What happens? What do you do?
Tripping him, right?
Yeah. How do you do that? How do you do
Yeah,
that?
how do you bring him down? Like, what are you doing? Give me cool monk flavor here.
Yeah. So I'm kind of annoyed that I wasn't able to grab on to all of these bones that are just there for the taking.
Bounced off several.
Yeah, right? They were just, it's when you fall off a tree and you just hit all the trees on the way down. So I land on the ground next to him. I sort of brush myself off and then I just whack right at his shins immediately.
And this thing collapses with a quake that you could feel in the keep. Resme and Roshin, as its enormous skeletal form slams into the dirt.
oof. That was either very good or very bad.
I still have an action
You have
left.
2 actions
Exciting.
left because you're hasted, so hopping down was free.
Nice.
Haste is good.
Yeah. Money.
Now that this creature is prone, I don't want to make an assumption about gender. I'm gonna
I don't think it has
jump
one.
onto.
It's a skeleton.
Right, exactly. But we're using pronouns.
That's fair.
So I'm just gonna jump right onto the rib cage and just start wailing in again with a flurry of
All
blows.
right, give me 2 attacks. -5 and -10.
So first one is
I got nothing.
33. Second one is 30.
So you start to bury your fist in this thing. I'm thinking these ribs would be generally a fairly flexible bone, one of the easier ones for you to batter through, but it is supernaturally resilient. I'd say it's like you're punching into steel, but honestly, Valentina can probably punch decent dents into steel.
Oh,
Your
I
fists
have
are
adamantine punches.
Yeah, absolutely no effect on it whatsoever. Those was a 33 and a 30.
Yeah.
Those are almost both critical failures.
Okay.
Whoa.
You have 1 action left. Wow. So many things. So many things in
I'm just
Pathfinder.
not used to.
Punch it again.
Let's just do it.
Roll a
Let's
20.
go for it. Let's see what happens. Who knows? Not a 20.
Okay. Then that is going to bring us to them. Esphus, as you retreat to the far wall here, this snake, quickly trying to dip through a few of your arrows, catching one, is going to coil up in what looks like jump. But she's not going to jump, not really. Her jump is just going to continue as she flies up into the air, all of her arms extended, almost like this Shiva pose, and a corona around her with each of these blades. And she will pivot, spinning around, whirling her swords as she hisses out, Telum Tempestus! And 1,000 spectral images of her swords shower down from her across the rampart,
Counter
cutting
magic.
down near all the men that you still had on the ballistas trying to man a defense against this creature, and coming down towards you as well. I need a reflex save.
Okay.
Is that a spell?
You are like 300 feet away.
Can I see it?
Counterspell?
It's arcane countermeasure.
Arcane countermeasure doesn't have a range?
No.
Okay.
If I can see it.
Yeah, she's in the sky. You can see her.
Cool. +2 to your save.
Oh, thank you.
Technically, to everyone's
To everyone's save.
I think the
Probably just him, though.
Yeah, probably just
you.
me. All right. Okay, with the +2 from resume, that will be a 44.
44 will regular succeed.
Which
so
means
you
I
will-
critically succeed for improved evasion.
Then you dodge it entirely. And
Nice.
she is simply flying there in the air about 30 feet up now, almost directly above you. The creature on the ground is going to roll over, slam as it falls, rolling, slamming big fists into the ground, riding itself back up, and then just turning towards Valentina and just one stomp, one big
Stompa.
step towards you. For a 54 to hit.
Ow.
That hits.
But does it?
I think that probably crits.
What's your AC?
42.
The 50, yeah, more
Yeah.
than 10 above it
Yeah.
will crit. This foot, though it is large, is faster than you expect, and not really thinking this is going to come. Thinking you can swiftly dodge it, he corrects surprisingly well as he stomps down into you for
Oh gosh. Ah.
88 points of bludgeoning damage.
Oh my goodness.
And then immediately turns his attention back to the wall, where he brings another fist into the northern rampart.
Gotta love that focus.
Crumbling some battlements near Esphus as the stone tumbles down across this creature.
Just feeling the whole ground shake beneath me like a ripple going through the floor.
Resume and Roshin, you're on deck. What's the spell DC?
My spell DC is going to be
He's still
a
in stupid, Jill.
39.
Still in the maze.
Yeah, the other one. Fortunately, there's a second one of these guys.
Yeah.
He's still in stupid, Jill. But it's your turn.
Resume turning back to where she ran from and seeing these men under attack from this thing, her eyes will alight with anger and begin to glow blue, and frost will begin to emanate out from her skin as a blue ray will fire across the ramparts and slam into this thing at full force. That's going to be a polar ray with true target.
Ooh. Roll twice. Take
Rock
better.
on, rock on.
Yeah, yeah.
She's got something to say. We're going to take that 18.
Better than the 4 that's right there.
I like that
Sure
better.
you don't want the 4? I think you should take the 4.
It's a 47.
47 will hit.
Those are D8s, right?
Those are.
I said problem solved.
I'm just going to roll 5 and double it.
Yep, that's what I'm doing over here. I'm not rolling 10. You think you crazy?
It's going to be 48 cold damage, and she is drained 2.
Ooh. And she's drained 2.
double her level and extra hit points just go away.
Yeah, I'm doing math. All right, I got there. Okay.
And she is hasted, but she is not going to go anywhere. She's just going to stay where she is.
You see this ray rip through this creature who stumbles back, almost falling from the damaged ramparts next to her. She turns her gaze your direction. Roisin and Buddy, but Roisin's still in the pit. You can't see this, but you're up. Buddy would clearly see it. You're on deck. He's halfway there.
Roisin is going to quickly scoop the pebble up and stick it in her pocket. Is it an action to activate, or as long as it's in my hand, I can say something?
You can. It is an action to use.
All right,
but I'll let you, as part of picking it up, since it's already literally in your hand for picking it up, I'd let you send a message as part of picking it up.
Courtyard's clear. Move into the walls and slip into her pocket. And her hasted action, she's going to just sort of glide across the courtyard and cross to Tyrannus. Is he breathing still?
As you kneel down, he does not appear to be.
Ay, damn idiot.
You hear a voice back in your head. The southern rampart is crumbling. The wall will not hold much longer.
She'll put a hand kind of shakily on Tyrannus and then forget what the name of the spell is. I'm sorry. Shudloer, and a red glyph will circle and appear under her feet. And that's me. I'm out of actions.
All right, Buddy. Esvis, you're on deck.
I am already out of the courtyard. I'm looking down at this six-armed thing, so I kind of miss what's happening in the courtyard. To try and help my wings go faster, I will be like doing the frog. It doesn't particularly help at all, but I like to think it does.
With your 4 actions, you can get to the ramparts, anywhere on the southern rampart you want to be.
Okay, well, I am going to stand and distract this lady.
You're gonna fly up right next to her?
Yeah, might as well.
As you fly in right next to her, looking towards Resme, she glances up and takes one like arcing swipe towards you as you come in for an attack of opportunity.
Can I? And she's on the rampart. Can I kind of like aim at? Can kind of go?
Yeah, you can be adjacent to her. You can land right next to her.
I was like, I don't want to be in the air.
No,
I don't like being in the air.
Please no.
This is not my natural habitat.
42.
42. I'm coming in, and she has these wispy arms, and it just goes, and it slams into my armor.
And as she lands this blade, and it just lands into your cuirass, you see this kind of smirk for a moment as she hits, and her blade just continues and slides off. You see her eyes sort of go wild for a moment. She is going to take.
What?
I love demons in Pathfinder.
23 points of mental damage.
For what?
For missing.
Being sad?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think these are pride demons, right?
It's a pride demon.
Yeah.
Oh, dang.
Oh.
That's wild.
And
That's
her
so cool.
failure to hit is going to physically hurt her. Esvis, Valentina, you're on deck.
Okay. So is she actually floating, or?
She is flying. She's like 20 feet above you on the top of the rampart.
Okay.
Her
Then
tail just behind her like a kite.
Gotcha. Then Estes just kind of tilts his head to the side. Well, that's stupid, and just pull back for a.
It's stupid or is it disrespectful?
Both. And we'll pull back for a deadly aim. All right, so take a -2 to the shot.
I love demons in Pathfinder, man. The weaknesses
Yeah,
are
that's
so cool.
wild.
So with a -2, that is a 41.
41, up as she is, we'll catch her.
Okay. Okay. So this is the ranged version of basically a power attack for me. All right, so that'll be 10, 16. So she will take 32 points of damage.
Okay.
And then Espis just smoothly pulling arrows out and is going to go into a hunter's flurry and then take 2 more shots in rapid succession. All these arrows burning with the white hot fire. Okay. So next one, that will be a 39.
39 as she pulls her blades all together in front of her in a wall of steel. She is going to actually glance off. 39 does not hit.
Okay.
Dang.
And second attack. That will be let's move that right there. That will be a 49.
49 will hit.
I would hope so.
So she brings her blades up and like glance and like blocks the first arrow, not seeing the second one immediately behind it to go between the gap.
The second arrow was in the first shadow.
Unreactable.
So 9, 10, 15. That will be another 23 piercing damage.
Both of the demons have almost exactly the same amount of damage on them right now. That's just interesting. And they're off at 1 point.
And then take another shot, another regular shot. That will be a 41.
41 will hit.
Because she is prey.
Furry Ranger. God.
Yeah, my goodness.
Man.
Oh, that didn't.
Yeah.
Whoops, I just rolled a d20 in there just because.
Just a gun forever.
Yup.
Oh my gosh.
Another 36 points of damage.
You got any more of those?
Yeah.
I have one more of those actually. Because Resme's haste, so like that, her signature blue arcane energy just immediately just makes his arms just move even faster,
Of course
draw
he has
another
one
arrow,
more.
and just
Why would
fire.
he's only shot her 5 times. Why would he be done shooting?
Ooh.
And that will be a 47.
Oh my goodness. 18 on the die right there.
The great part is your 6th attack has the same multiple attack penalty as your
God, I love
3rd.
flurry rangers.
That's wild. My goodness.
26, 29. That'll be another 37 points of damage.
Fucking solo a Maryland. What the heck is this?
This is great.
Are you done?
I am actually done.
Okay.
AJ shielding her. Shielding.
It's okay. It's okay. His turn's over now.
All right, so having just been rolled on by this skeleton, but I'm still within reach of it, right?
Yeah.
Yes, it's still right next to you. It didn't move. It just
Yeah.
stood up. You're very within reach of it. It's
I'm
standing at
annoyed.
you.
So I'm going to activate some runes on my my wrist wraps, hand wraps rather, that are going to make little spikes come out and start spinning. I have serrating runes on my wraps.
What the heck?
What the
It's on
hell?
any slashing weapon, and these are slashing weapons.
Okay.
I mean, in theory, it's because I use my fingernails. My fingernails are kind of apparently like used at the same time, but. this
So
is
what
the
do
weapon
they
I
do?
use. What's that?
What do they do?
So it becomes like my hand wraps are able to be using serrating damage instead of
Oh, slashing. You switch his damage
Yeah,
side.
yeah.
I see. I see.
But it's a stronger damage if I'm able to actually hit
Okay.
it.
Okay.
So because this bone is so thick, we're gonna see if we can just get the doctor's
get-
tools out here to
Yeah.
drill through it.
Bone saw.
Bone saw!
So that was my first action, was to activate the rune, and now I'm going to use my flurry of blows and try to hit at it twice.
Punch.
First one is, make sure I actually do the math right this time. A 49.
49 hits.
All right.
Bone saw McGraw.
I love it.
We do be ripping though.
Second one is a 38.
38 will not.
Okay.
So you'll get 1 in there.
All right.
We can't all be flurry rangers. So was any part of that damage bleed or elemental? Just because
Hold on.
it sounds like it might be bleeding things. Like if it makes it persistent.
Bludgeon, acid, serrating,
How much acid do you do?
and holy. 1d6.
Don't worry about
So
rolling
take
that.
that one out.
That can't overcome his resistance.
All right. Well, I get 1d6 of holy, so I'll just leave it there.
Yeah, no, that's fair. Yeah, the holy's fine. The holy's super fine, actually. Holy's very good.
Did I
Super
get
fine.
crit or did I get regular?
Regular.
Okay. Yeah, I have to add all this up again. Thanks for interrupting me.
Well, I was doing it for you if the numbers mattered. Okay.
Yeah.
We got there.
30.
So you hit him for 30 points of damage. Your blades are going to be pretty well deflected still by the bone. He is still going to very much resist slashing damage. But a surge of holy energy rips up the shin that you're striking at here. He is more weak to good than he is resistant to physical. So you are going to do a little bit more than 30, and he's going to stumble a bit, pull his foot away almost reflexively, and then turn his whole body towards you. You have his attention now.
Well, I don't want his attention. So my speedy little self can currently go 65 in one go. I'm going to stride away from him, and I'm going to cast Battle Medicine on myself.
You're like,
Slap him, gone.
yeah.
So it's
Take off around-
essentially a success no matter what,
Yep.
but I'll go for the crit success just in case. 18.
18 on the die is definitely going to get you the crit success on extra battle
It is,
medicine.
yeah. So that means I get, okay, 8.
You can get the big heal.
Big heal.
Need some more d8s. Or I'll just roll these twice.
Here, yeah. I can give you
Not
these.
too late.
Okay.
5 and 4, that's 9. 11, 17, plus 10, 27. All right.
Okay. As it turns towards you and you bolt away, it sees you run at a bazillion miles an hour and turns back to the wall and just thump, crash and brings a whole now section through the wall completely down. Esphis, to your right, you see the floor collapse and buckle inward. This creature has now beaten all the way in and breached the southern rampart of the Citadel. It is completely open, leading into the interior of Citadel Altaerein. The demon up above you, perforated with arrows, is going to spread her swords back out and fly down, shooting down towards you as you see the dragon soaring over behind her. She comes down, lands next to you, and this blue dragon sails over right after her. She goes to swing at you. She turns, cocks her head as Kyrian slams, or Azurich slams into her and tackles her off of the wall entirely. The two of them slamming into the dirt below the ramparts behind this big skeleton, stopping her from even taking a single swing towards you. The other one took this reactive swipe, steadies herself, brings up all 6 of her weapons, and just lays into Buddy with literally everything.
Okay.
I'm gonna use my last villain point
You're soloing a boss from the last book.
because she's upset. She's mad.
I don't even have my
She
shield.
doesn't want any. 49. to
That will hit.
So with that, she manages to just sheer force of attacks batter through here, dealing math. I have to add. She has so many modifiers. 31 points of damage from the initial strike, a mixture of slashing and evil. And an additional 22 from the barrage, so 53 points of damage total from the barrage of attacks. And then, as these all land, she is going to pivot, whip her tail around, and you're going to see the bulk of this massive snake tail she's supported on snap out and try to wrap around you. She's going to try to grab you with her tail.
No, sorry, go on. No, I'm sorry.
I don't think your goddess would appreciate that.
Yeah, no, I don't think so.
He
It's
loses
for
his
the moment
Ioma
thing.
Day blessing.
Yeah.
lady.
I'm not referring to Ioma Day.
That's good.
Ah.
It's going to be a 33 versus your fort DC.
That will hit. I have 31 fortitude. Oh no,
10.
plus
41.
10.
Yeah.
Okay, no, that doesn't hit. Never mind. Then.
Yeah, and
Just
you are
checking.
able to stave her off. He's just never coming out of his. I want you to know he's rolling natural 1 both turns. I'm like, he's gone. He has found his way into a different, unrelated base. It's not even where Resume sent him anymore. He's gone.
Harold the spider is there now.
He is
It's
not
like-
even in the same dimension. He has like physically manifested here on the table as a weird little piece of cardboard. Like that's how lost he is. He's gone forever. Resume and Roshin, you're on deck.
So Resume hears, is connected to Roshin through her thoughts. And Resume was actually not on the ramparts or in the castle when Tyrannus went down.
Right.
Hearing in her head the grief and the momentary pang at the fact that Tyrannus is gone, Resume's thoughts will all vanish from her head and her eyes will glow black. And poison will pour out of her in magical form as she almost loses control and draws her hands against this Medusa. Dissolutum! As she fires out a disintegrate. With
Is that
true
60
target.
foot?
That's 120.
Yeah, blaster. Okay, fair enough. Blast away. Because realistically, it's like 200 feet per Citadel Altaerein. So give me a disintegrate.
15 and 7.
That is going to be a 44.
44 hits.
She
Remind me,
can-
so someone you hit,
it's
and then she also
she
makes
needs
a
to make me a
fortitude save?
basic fortitude save.
$34.
34 is going to fail. So she's gonna take a lot of damage.
How much damage does it do?
It's gonna do 12d10.
You want to just roll 60, 10, and
Yes,
double it?
what I'm gonna do,
Probably.
I'm so
Welcome to
sorry.
the amount of dice the GM rolls. This is my department. What kind of oof? Which flavor of oof?
Big damage.
Big
Big
oof.
damage.
So
Just
38 doubled is gonna be
76.
76. And if she's reduced to 0 hit points, she goes into fine powder.
so as you shoot this disintegrate, as she's trying to grab Buddy here, she's already actually gotten a pretty decent amount of blasted from stuff. This beam shoots in. You see, you're focused on her towering over you, and you just see her get dusted as she just vaporizes into ash as she tries to grab onto you and blows away in the storm.
And Resume screams. And then goes to her knees on the ramparts.
Roshin and
And you
Buddy,
hear that in your head.
I'm so sorry, my dear. But to work, we have to save the others. Hasted action, she's going to raise her foot and step into the air. And whenever time she puts her foot down, a red glyph will appear under her foot, supporting her as the airwalk she cast last turn will let her walk through the air just as well as she was on water.
All right. What's your-
And she'll spend one hasted action climbing straight up into the sky. And she's going to look around to see what she can see, because last thing she heard, Solomar said the south was falling, but she's heard no noise from the south, and
And as you climb up there and this demon gets completely dusted, you turn to look as you hear, the south rampart seems secure from now. Can you see the northern front?
Can I?
From there, you would be able to see Esphis probably just looking over the side, the northern wall, crumpled and destroyed. And through it, you can see this massive skeletal dragon and Zurich's wings just flailing as he's grabbing onto something on the ground below.
Oh, that looks like a fun time. Let's go see. And she's going to run north with an action. And with another action moving forward, can I see anything?
What's your speed?
Speed's only 25.
It's just like Buddy.
Me and you, man.
Except I'm actually
two
like,
movements would get you still like 80 feet out from the actual rampart.
a line of sight is what I want. Can I see
You
one
have
of the
line of
towering
sight
things?
to this skeleton, probably. Skeleton or Zurich. You probably can't see the demon.
I'll take the skeleton.
Okay.
So I have 2 actions left, and she'll see it, and she'll kind of focus in on it. What in the heck? Right. Splunk Kruk! And she's going to vanish, and the whole world will kind of stretch ahead of her, and she's going to blast and appear beside it, just in midair with a sword over her head and strike down at it.
What is the range of blink charge?
120 feet if I heighten it. Nothing personal, kid.
Oh, jeez.
Since I can see the apparently friendly dragon's wings next to it, can I move into flanking position?
The dragon's about 24 feet out. It just tackled the demon off the wall and went down into the dirt. It's a decent distance out from the barricade.
Okay, I didn't know if the dragon had reach or not, so
It can't reach. It's too far away to reach the skeleton.
no worries. So yeah, just next to it, and I'm gonna whack it.
Do it.
No time for true strike, unfortunately. But if I roll an 18, it's not that big a deal. So that's a 50.
50 is a normal hit.
I'll take it. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 of them. I've got a D6 of good damage.
Blink charge is so cool.
I've got
You gotta love it.
I love it.
Blink Charge is going to add extra slashing damage from
All
the
right.
spell
Are you
weapon.
doing any elemental damage?
Holy only.
Okay.
And then I've got force damage incoming from the shockwave after this.
What? The what?
So blink charge, when you arrive and strike, if I hit, which I did, I also get to deal full damage, and I do an extra 3d8 force damage on top of it. I'm just gonna throw
You
it in.
going fast.
Sure, why not? Okay.
Good. His ally is the Force.
All right, so that's gonna be, oh wow, okay, 12, 24,
Wait a second.
35.
You have a bless?
Yeah.
I do have a bless.
51 is a crit.
So in that case, blink charge, double damage, plus after the strike, you can teleport the target into an empty space up to 5 feet away from its current position. So I basically hit it through space. That's how hard I hit it.
That's a good roll to
And
double.
this is a really good roll to double. I think the healing from Holy Rune is only once per day, so that's sad.
It is.
Yeah.
So that's going to be, oh god. All right, let's add it up. So that's going to be 12,
This is the fun
24,
math.
35, 35 and 6, 41, 49, 59, 63 times 2 is 126. A lot of slashing in that, 126.
Same thing. It resists slashing, but it's more weak to good than it is resistant to slashing. So it's going to be even more than that.
Thank you, Fellowship.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, that was hot.
Wow.
As you land an incredible strike on here, staggering this thing, literally almost blinking it back a little bit away from the wall. Buddy and Esphis, you're on deck.
Get out of my house.
I'm gonna take kind of. I guess I'm just gonna look around the situation because I don't really know what's going on here. So, first of all, like,
Where you are,
son of a bee sting, this thing just evaporated.
yeah, there are bodies of about a half dozen men-at-arms on the rampart. Some of them not moving, some of them like keeled over, clearly injured but not dead. There's no immediate threat that you can see here at the southern front, and you can hear distant sounds of combat from the opposite end of the Citadel.
Okay, well, and I will look. I did hear like a cry of grief from Resme, so I will probably look that direction, kind of deciding that over here is as good as it's gonna get because I don't really see nothing else. I'm gonna kind of like in the upward side. I feel like it goes a lot faster when I'm flying.
Are you trying to make your way back over?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll see you in a week.
Yeah, basically.
But for your efforts, Maverick X29, who has apparently not done enough yet, is
This
going to
man.
give a bless to every single person at the
Oh
table.
my god.
Yeah.
Everyone
you
take
kidding
so
me?
much.
your +1 boons.
Whoa.
It'll
Get
help
your
me
little happy
give me a little
dice.
bit more movement speed, I'm sure.
Espis and
Whoa.
Valentina on deck.
So, at hearing the wail come from Resme, I'm sure that's spread across the ramparts even with the destruction. And just knowing what that sound means, and then seeing Roshin just appear out of nowhere and strike with such incredible force. Could have used you on a few hunts, but I'll enjoy this one too. And first action, if I can still see him, and hunt prey.
The skeleton?
The skeletal.
Yeah, it's still right below. You're right above it on the ramparts. You have a perfect view.
Okay, then hunt prey.
You would
and-
have volley penalty here, but because it's like 12 feet down from you.
Okay.
You're on the rampart above it. It's below you.
It's
On the
directly
floor.
below me.
Pretty
okay.
much.
Okay, that's fine. So yeah, I'll take the volley penalty and I will do the Hunter's Flurry. So first attack is a natural 20.
Bye, buddy.
Do the next attack because they're combined for damage reductions, right?
Yep. Second attack.
My man, he's back,
He's
baby.
back.
The second attack is a mere 36.
He's mostly back. He still crit the first one.
First time, that's back.
Hey,
That's back. That's
We're there.
back.
It counts.
Okay, so I will be doing elemental damage, but this ignores resistance.
Well, then I guess it ignores resistance, so it's rolling. That's the thing that it says.
It's delicious. It says it right
It says
here.
it right here. This soup.
It says it makes delicious soup
Soup.
right in the item description.
Yeah.
So you like it. It says so.
It's my favorite item.
I hate soup. No, it's delicious.
The additional damage from like weapon specialization, all that's not doubled, correct? is it?
That's that all doubles.
Oh, that all doubles. Okay.
Precision doubles, the elemental doubles, deadly does not, everything else does.
Okay. Okay. and then-
soup. Soup description is great. Oh man,
All right. And then,
absolute unit.
sorry, I'm doing math here. So then my deadly.
Man,
And then,
punching numbers.
yeah.
Good numbers.
In
This
there.
is.
And then
And then there's more and thens.
there's more and then, and then an additional
We're just
2d10 fire persistent that also ignores resistance.
You can eat more
But wait,
dice.
there's more.
But there's more. Okay, so that will be 87 damage. And I am going to, I think, what is it, for the holy is like make a fortitude save or something, or so that kind of
Holy
check?
is you can as a reaction heal for double his level.
Okay, then I'm going to do that. I'm going to burn that reaction and heal.
36 hit points back once a day.
Thank you, because I needed it.
And yeah, the holy rune is absolutely blasting through this thing where the arrow lands. You see it physically blowing chips of bone off of its body. You're blasting away one of its shoulders, leaving the arm just barely hanging as the thing drops down to one knee. Up, but only just.
Got it. Then I will take another regular attack as my third action. That is a, that will be a 38.
Negative Ghost Rider.
And then I will do it again with a hasted.
can't.
No, that's even lower, so no.
Valentina, as you see this dragon crash into the ground next to you with what looks to be a massive snake in its jaws, he's crashing the ground, slamming this thing down, pulling his, like ripping back with his jaws, and then slamming a clawed hand down on her. This is not a massive dragon. He's not massively larger than the demon he tackled. His shoulders are probably only 8 feet off the ground. But he slams down with one claw, and you see a couple of blades cut through his forearm. He pulls his head back and just blasts a huge surge of lightning point blank directly on top of him.
Dragons don't fight fair.
Yeah.
Sits up, and you just see the smoking crater that was once that second demon, who already had like 200 something damage on her, and that's enough to bring her down. And you see this skeleton getting blasted by Esphus, almost down as well. 160-foot dash away from you, with Roisin now on the ground from nowhere, swinging as well. What do you do?
So I'm just taking this all in, feeling a bit better after having battle medicined myself. There's apparently like a mantis shrimp over there, just like space out of nothing with every attack. Shockwave murders. But now I'm a little bit fixed up. I'm just gonna go right back into the action. I'm gonna run right back at that skeleton, and do a flurry of strikes at it to try to hit it.
Roll me some hits.
Can you remind me that one of the things I don't have in my very copious notes is whether serrating rune is a one-time or is it once it's
I don't
activated?
even know what a serrating rune is.
Okay.
This is the first time I'm hearing.
I
this
actually
item.
looked up serrating runes because I was thinking about it for my sword. You rev it once.
Okay, so
It's
You
literally like a
literally have chainsaw
You have
hands.
chainsaw
Okay.
hands. You rev it and you get the extra damage for the whole turn.
Yeah, but it's just the one turn, right?
It's just the one turn. You have to rev it every time.
So I will.
You can rev it again.
I could rev it again. Don't want to rev it again.
What do we have chainsaw fist? Where did this come from? All right.
I'll have to look it up and add it to my notes.
It's just-
We're just gonna
no,
say
I
that
love it.
was
I
one
just
time.
had no idea this was a thing.
Well, duh.
Yeah, I'll look it up. I'll do it again. But I'm gonna just go in and just do my regular fight and be like, this is my tried and true method. Let's just see what happens. Because honestly, if I can crack through this bone without the serrating, without the chainsaw hands, I'm gonna feel really awesome about it.
Point of pride.
Pride here.
Get in there.
So the first one is 42.
42 just hits.
Awesome. And the second one
One up, but
is is that right? 50? No, I have to take 5 off. Sorry.
I mean, if it started with 50 and you're taking 5 off, it also hits.
47. Yeah.
47 will also absolutely hit. This thing, you have 2 blows. They're combined for hardness. What happens to it?
Nice.
Are we saying it's down?
Yes.
There's no way it survives you landing both hits in the flurry blow. What happens to it?
And I don't even need to activate my serrating runes. Just, I ran right up to it and just launched myself at right at the sternum. And, my arms are a little bit beefy.
Just a little bit.
So modest.
A little bit. So the first one, I reach back and I just crack into it as much as I can. I can see it's kind of weakened. And the second one, I'm just going to reach over and flick it.
As this just snaps and this thing comes tumbling down to the ground. For the moment, the sounds of battle at Citadel Altaerein fall silent. There's a guy in stupid jail, but he's gonna be there for frickin' ever, basically. And when he emerges, between the 5 of you, Volley is here. Marcus can actually get his sword. There's gonna be no trouble for the full force of Citadel Altaerein to bring down one of those. Zurich is here as well. And as you finish this fight, even the storm itself above seems to abate for a moment. The void still turns slowly in the sky above you. It still crackles with lightning, ice, and poison. Occasional spurts of this acid rain still land. You see gouts of fire jump across, but it is reduced dramatically. It's clear, looking at it, it's not gone. It's not fading entirely, but it is regenerating. And it is moving. As you see it centered over Citadel Altaerein, you see it starting to pull and manifest more towards Breachill.
Okay, what just happened? Where did
that's-
Kaladar go?
That's where we'll end today's session.
The end.
Tomorrow, perhaps, if only.
I wish. Come on.
Awesome.
Next week, perhaps, we will have but a single moment to get the answers to any of these questions. We've fought back the apocalypse for now.
Told you it was canceled.
We have some time. How much? Unknown. What is left in this divine manifestation of hate could be anything. Thank you all for joining us next Friday, 7 p.m. Eastern. We'll be back here again, and maybe Esphus will have 5 seconds to talk. Good night, everybody.
Hey, unlikely.
Enjoy your weekends.